Yo.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Yeah.
Geek Speak, the definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello and welcome to the 365 Flicks podcast. The rumours of our deaths are widely not true,
We haven't become
exaggerated.
we haven't become Besotted Geek yet.
Kev nearly died, to be fair.
I did. It's been a time.
Kev had all the pneumonia.
Yeah, that was
We haven't just been sat around, twiddling our nibs. Well, not all the time.
Yeah, I might have had the
But,
pneumonia, but that's
Kev
not going to stop me wanking.
Was half deed at one point.
Yeah.
So that's where we've been.
Mm-hmm.
But we are back.
We are.
It's been a little bit.
It has.
It's been a minute. But I am the Scottish Whedon whore, Chris.
And I am the Pissy X video store clerk, Kev,
Who's
and
not dead.
fully functional and able-bodied, with 2 legs and 2 arms, and none of the pneumonia aids.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I think it's like Paul McCartney and you were replaced.
Yeah. Oh, that's a thing. Did you know a little while ago how Paul McCartney did a song with someone? Was it Kanye?
Oh, who cares?
And all the millennials and everything were like, "Oh my God, Kanye's going to put this Paul McCartney guy on the map."
What?
Yeah, because apparently people who are like younger than 30 don't know who Paul McCartney is. So they did this whole thing. Well, the same thing has come back around. How you heard of Post Malone?
No.
He's a shit mumble rapper. Shit, he's fucking wank. But anyway, he has brought out a song with Ozzy Osbourne. And now all the millennials are taking to Twitter to say, well, this Ozzy Osbourne fella is going to do really well after being on this Post Malone song.
Bless him.
I genuinely think when I read this kind of thing, they're just taking the piss. But they're not, They're really not. They just don't have a clue who he is.
It's possible.
Why is that possible in this day and age, though?
Because they're all watching the Bumble Raps and stuff.
The Bumble Raps. That is my new favourite slogan. The Bumble Raps. Yeah, anyway, fuck that shit. We're back. We are back. It has been a little while. Yes, I did have a little bit of the AIDS. Chris and I have both been super busy as well. But you know what? That is no excuse to not bring you some of our 365 podcasty goodness all over your face, neck, and chest.
How does that work? They're listening to it.
It's like a build up, and then we just all over them.
I see.
And it goes all over the face, neck, and obviously they couldn't see that, but the graphic was great.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know you saw it and you liked it, didn't you? You like what you saw. Yeah, don't pretend you didn't. So what we got on tonight, Chris? What we're going to talk about in this wonderful episode?
So because we are back, well, we had on our last episode we were going to be, following on from some things and stuff. We had a couple of things that we're going to be carrying forward to the next episode, but that was like 6 months ago. So we are doing a reboot, if you will.
Yes. Nobody in listener land remembers that shit anyway, so I'm sure they'll forgive us.
So we are going to be doing a little bit of news.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about what we've been watching
Standard.
over the last month.
Decade.
You don't have to go back 6 weeks. We are going to be talking about Just the Pilot, Brassic, starring Joseph Gilgun,
we will talk about that.
etc. Our featured review
Yes.
is a cancelled short film.
Well, no, not cancelled.
No, it's cancelled.
It's not cancelled.
It's cancelled.
The fest.
It's banned. It's banned.
It got accepted. It got accepted into a festival, and it's part of the shortlist and whatnot. And then they decided, you know what, it's too much. We're not going to show it. which when we get to talking about that, bullshit by the way, that is mental, they would even say that, but they decided it was too much, so they're still shortlist, or they're still listing it, and they're still having it at the festival, just not showing it.
So it's not the festival, is it?
I mean, ain't that about a bitch? How does that work?
That's like a non-speaking role in a fucking Pixar movie.
Yeah, that's like being asked to be press on the set of a movie and falling arse over tip, and then it not making the final cut.
That would be fucking shitty.
It would be, wouldn't
Aye.
it? Yeah. But yeah, we're going to be talking about a short movie called Cooked, which has friend of the show and all-round gentleman and great actor Neil Ward in it. He brought it to our attention because obviously he's one of the main characters, if not the main character. And they have, I can't remember what festival it was. He did tell me in the chat. He told me, I can't remember what festival it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter because they're a bunch of bastards. And they accepted the movie and they've decided not to show it. And he actually sent me a little screenshot of the message they got to say that it's not going to be shown. And bless them, it was worded quite nicely, but it's still like saying, we think your movie's good enough to be here, we're just not going to show it.
One of the judges is a tubby.
Yeah, definitely that. That is fucking brilliant. I hope it's that. If it's not that, I hope it is that.
We'll say it's that.
We'll say it's that
Yeah.
and we'll run with it.
Because of the content,
Yeah.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
Or a cake enthusiast.
Yes, definitely. But we will be talking about that in a little bit. We're going to be putting that in the section where we're going to be talking about a movie called The Isle as well. Did you watch it again?
I didn't get a chance to watch it again,
Yes.
but I have watched it.
Yes. And
So
we'll talk about that.
I'm sure that it will come back to me.
Yeah, this is.
It was over a month ago that I watched it.
Oh
but
yeah,
that'll be fine.
this is a movie that the guys that made it, the director and producer, it's a husband and wife duo. They were to be coming on an indie talk to talk about the movie and get it done. But literally, that is precisely the time when I was just dying.
Yeah.
Bless them, and we will get them on. And this is a shout out to them right now. This is why we're doing the featured review tonight on it. They were messaging me, asking when we could get it done. And I just, every time I've started to feel good, I was like, right, I'm feeling better. We'll jump on the Skype. We'll do this conversation, and then I just flatlined again, and it was just like, I can't do it, and I felt like crap, but I've watched the movie, so we're going to do a review on it, we're going to talk about it, and then in future we will have them on to talk about the movie, because it is a pretty dope-ass little movie.
Yeah.
When you get past the first 10 minutes, because the first time I watched it, I did fall asleep. Yeah.
Just blame that on the pneumonia, though.
That was the pneumonia. I mean, dude, it's fucking dying. So what else do we have?
We've got a pretty cool little top 5.
Yes. Have you finished it?
Yes.
Oh, shame.
Have you started it?
I might steal one of yours.
I don't think you will.
Well, I might, just so that I can have 5.
So we're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah.
We are building our own Avengers-y type
Mm-hmm.
group in honour of It Chapter 2,
Mm-hmm.
which has been getting mixed reviews, but we don't care about that.
Yeah.
We don't listen to that kind of shit. So in honour of It Chapter 2, we are going to be building our own top 5 horror villain squad.
I have a name for my squad, but I'm going to save that for later.
I do not have a name.
Oh, you better think of one then.
I'll think of one.
Mm-hmm. Can I just tell you mine now?
Yep.
It's called the Homicide Squad.
Fuck off.
Because, you know, the Suicide Squad, and they're all killers. The Homicide
That's
Squad.
bloody stupid.
Terrorcide Squad?
Who?
The Terrorcide Squad.
No, that's also stupid.
The Meaty Meat Cleavers.
That's plenty.
Okay, so we're not going to go with any of them. So we are going to get into this episode proper in a quick hot minute, but at the start of these shows, we like to do a little bit of bents and a little bit of pimpage, where you will be doing your pimpage in a moment.
I'll try to.
But first of all, I would like to give my right honourable co-host right here a massive congratulations, because you finally got to show your short movie
I did.
on a big ass screen with friends and family present, and it was a pretty fucking cool night.
It was.
Yeah,
it
man.
was. There was like 10 or 1,000 people there. in a way.
Minus 10,000, but okay. we'll
There
go
was
with it.
way more people than I thought there was going to be.
Yeah,
which
is
was
that
cute.
not what you were expecting? I thought that was a good turnout.
Yeah, it was a good turnout.
Yeah,
I
But,
did a
like-
little cheeky test screening, and when I got out there, the lass on the reception said, "Yeah, there's a fair few down there." And as I passed the window looking over the bar, there was loads.
and did you just start going?
Oh fuck! I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. No, it was really really good. I was glad when it was over
Why?
because I was shitting myself.
Why?
Because
It's a good little flick. Like,
well, I know it is, but
like Slink did a really good job on the camera work and everything there as the cinematographer. It looked nice. I said when we shot it and everything, I said there was some really nice sort of angles in there that I'll be honest. For a kid from around this town, I wasn't expecting like some of these angles, and it looked pretty fucking good. You were on point when you were directing and telling Mark to stop acting like a prick and just crack on with the job. And then we sent it to Aaron, who done an amazing job. He done a fantastic job cutting it, and the music was incredible. Yeah, I'm fucking proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you with that film because I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be kind of shit. And that's coming from the producer of the movie,
yeah,
apparently.
the producer.
Like, I did have to laugh when that came up, but okay, thanks. I'll take it. However, no 365 Flicks production credit.
We had a little screen thingy.
Mm-hmm. Did we?
Yes.
Alright. I was being talked to by Ruffy.
Oh God.
So tell us, give us a little insight into how a director feels on premiere night then.
I finished work.
I didn't mean that. I just
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. The nerves had been slowly increasing from around about 11 a.m. The show was starting at 7. So I finished work about 4. My head was doing somersaults. My guts were doing somersaults. Got home and downed 3 cans of Magners.
You could tell.
In about 10 minutes.
You could tell.
Yeah. You could tell.
Oh yeah. When you stand up to give your little speech to introduce the movie, and I say, yeah, the movie's coming on, and say my poster, and thank you.
No, to be fair, I would have been like that anyway.
Yeah. And I did everything I could possibly do to help calm me down. I was a very good friend, producer, and shoulder to cry on that night. I feel like without me, to be fair, I did fuck all. I'll give you that.
Were you even there?
I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got to hear the women go, ah!
Yeah, I was okay with that.
That's what you want, though.
That's what you want. People went in the right places and laughed in the right places, and then someone afterwards said it reminded her of Hitchcock. So I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
You should, man. You should be really proud of yourself. You should be...
Draft 1 of the sequel is done.
So is there a cameo for Halden?
There's plenty of parts to go around. So
I don't want to be the ghosty though.
we've already got a ghosty.
Who? Well, you're not asking him back, are you?
Soldier.
You're not getting him back to do it, are you?
Continuity, Kevin.
I suppose we could just find another one to play it. Because he just wasn't great, to be fair.
He did a good scream.
Fair play, he did. I'll give him that. He was alright, he was good. I think everybody was good, and there's some really good close-ups of Mark in there that, you know...
Which is a shame.
Problem is, if you were to watch that in 4K, oh my days. That's an ugly face to be put in 4K. Sorry, Mark. You're a wonderful gent.
Put it back to SCART. Put it back to SCART.
You're a wonderful gent and a damn fine actor, but leading man you are not.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm joking. Dude knows I'm joking. Although he keeps trying to wind me up with his Corbynisms, but yeah.
No.
I thought the movie was really good. Did a great job with it, man. And it sounded fucking incredible on that system. And you said afterwards that Kirk cranked it fucking right the way up, and it needed it because everything just felt much better and atmospheric. And
I wanted it. There's a particular bit of the movie where I wanted it to be loud and
to make the women go ah!
exactly. And
Not in that kind of way, but like a scared way.
I see.
I did like your mum. Did your mum sit and laugh when the little fruit thing came at the bottom of the stairs?
My mum screamed and my dad laughed.
Aye,
Like a motherfucker.
It was great though. It was a lot of your friends and family there as well, which was awesome. And yeah, man, I just wanted to start the show with that because it was a really cool night and we all enjoyed the movie and it was yeah, I can't wait to see what you do with the next one.
Thank you.
Part 2 incoming.
Well, probably be about
Another 2 years.
50 by the time that comes out.
Probably, man. So you need to do a little bit of pimpage, and then we'll roll on into the news.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a piping hot mess, isn't it?
Yeah, you haven't done it for like a decade.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would like everyone to go and subscribe to
If you still can.
the 365 Flicks podcast on the Facebooks and the Twitters. Don't forget to like our posts. Please like our posts.
Like for like. Follow for follow.
Share and comment. Let us know we're being assholes and all that kind of thing.
We never are.
We never are.
No.
You probably are.
I try to be.
Yeah. We are on Apple Podcasts.
Ooh.
Subscribe to us in there. Leave us a cheeky 5-star review. We're on Spotify. We're on any other third-party podcatching app that you can find, more or less. We're on a few cheeky networks. We are on the Tangent Bar Network, Wicked Radio Network, We Be Geeks. Fuck.
Nerdly.
Nerdly.co.uk.
Why do you always forget Nerdly?
I don't know. The awesome Nerdly.co.uk, motherfucker. Hashtag Pod Family, hashtag Britpod Scene. Did I forget any?
Probably, but
Any
you
of
know
them?
what? At this point, I'm kind of just like, let's just drop them all and do our own
going,
thing.
you're going to get Ebola tomorrow, and then it'll be another 6 months, so fuck it.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's rife. So, do you want to get into the episode proper?
Let's do it.
Let's do some news. You got the news. You handled the news.
I have. So the microphone's in my way.
Let me play our catchy little jingle, and then we will be back with the news.
Do it now!
Bomb, 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 bomb. News.
Hey guys, this is Venice, and I've got a message from a friend of mine about my favorite podcast.
It's your boy, Flavor Flav in full effect. Check this out, everybody. I want y'all to go check out TJ.
What's good, everybody? TJ Johnson here for Voice from the Underground. I am the most handsome.
Big Has.
And I'm smoking my cigar, of course.
You know what I'm saying? The Dutch.
You pick me up in an Uber and a PT Cruiser, I'm calling Lyft.
Cause they be fighting the power, talking about social issues, politics, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not even that good.
Right, we're terrible. Terrible. Tangents all over the place.
And not only that, but they be keeping it fun with the sports, music, comics, and movies too.
Am I allowed to talk?
I think no, not right now.
Shut up, colonizer!
You know what I'm saying? He on Twitter at VFU Podcast. So you can find them. So check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy.
Okay, what Flav was trying to say is, check out Voice from the Underground on your favorite podcast network.
Voice from the Underground.
Right, as I said, I have not gone back to the last time we recorded because
God, no.
old news, motherfucker.
Exactly, man.
So I've got a few bits and pieces to talk about. There is a Face Off remake in the
Yeah,
works.
this. I'm sorry, Brigger, Mr. History of Bad Ideas over there. I'm sorry, Jeff Blake. I'm sorry. I want this. I want this so bad.
How do you think it's going to go?
Nicolas Cage comes back. John Travolta comes back. I don't care what they do. You know what? Fuck it. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be. Oh, you've just ruined this for me.
Melissa McCarthy and Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, it's going to be Melissa McCarthy, Rebel Wilson, and it's going to be like a transgender swap kind of thing. It's not even going to be swapping faces. It's going to be swapping sexes, and it's going to be fucking. Oh no, I don't want this anymore. Don't want this.
I just ruined that for you in the space of about
You
a
completely
minute.
ruined it.
Not even a minute.
To be fair, I like Rebel Wilson, so I'm alright with that.
I actually
However,
don't mind Rebel Wilson.
she's much funnier than Melissa McCarthy.
It's not difficult, though, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not at all. She is.
Yeah.
She's not funny.
I am in. It's what, 20, 25 years old
Yeah.
at least. It is probably one of, if not the only bearable Nicolas Cage movie that I can think of
Yeah. Yeah.
that I would watch. No, I'm drawing a blank.
Well, it came up round about the time that Nicolas Cage and John Travolta was sort of like doing great movies, because John Travolta had like Broken Arrow on the go, which was class. Nicolas Cage had like come off The Rock,
Which is shite.
Con Air.
Meh.
You know, like they were both kind of.
Okay, I'll give Con Air its dues.
They were both sort of flying high at that point. So yeah, they had to make a movie together. Did it have to be Face Off? I don't know. But me personally, I'm a massive fan of Face Off.
But it's just a completely mental, fucking ridiculous, dumbass movie.
Does it make a lick of sense?
And
No.
we don't need it to.
And in this day and age, when some of the biggest grossing movies are your Fast and the Furious movies, which again make not a lick of sense anymore, maybe it's time for another Face-Off. Maybe we should just go for it. But I do think it's got to be Travolta and Cage. Bring them back.
It's not going to happen, that is it?
They might do like a white man swapping faces with a black woman, so they can, you know, tick all those boxes and cross over and do boundaries. And
Oh, it's going to be like Big Mama's.
this is the thing. This is my main worry.
The Wayans brothers.
Oh, fuck no, please no. This is my main worry is because I read it and I got all excited. I was like, oh man, Face Off. Like, I got all the nostalgic feelings about Face Off because I do love that movie. But then it's like, you know what? In this day and age, the way society and whatnot is now, it's going to be some sort of political agenda pushing pish. It's not going to be the fantastical stupidness that it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're going to be,
I would say probably good odds that it's going to be an all-female
yeah,
cast or all-female whatever. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But then, you know what? Like, Ocean's 8 I thought was decent.
Mhm. But Ocean's 8 for me, because I enjoyed that movie as well. It seems to be, in my mind, it's an exception to the rule right now, because the Ghostbusters, when they made the all-female cast, they were kind of they were doing what the Ghostbusters had done before, trying to do their own little thing, but really trying to stick to that sort of narrative of the old movies. Whereas the Ocean's 8 movie, I really felt was trying to be completely its own thing in the same universe. Sort of like, we're off to the side doing our all-girl thing. You've got your Oceans 11, 12, 13. It'd be fucking amazing if we meet up at, like, Oceans whatever.
But Danny Ocean's dead in Ocean's 8, isn't he?
Well, he can't be, because it's not set before.
I thought they'd established at the start that he dead.
That's okay.
I might be wrong, I've only
I'm
seen
okay
it
with
once.
that. But you would hope, like, Ocean's 9 would be, like, another heist, and then Ocean's 10 would be, like, the whole team, including, like, Brad Pitt and everyone.
You'd be cool with that? Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
Would make no sense, numbers-wise, but it'd be cool.
So yeah, Face Off.
I'm alright
give
with
it the benefit of the doubt for a minute.
I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, mostly because I'm really excited about this Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and it's the same director. Okay, everybody's got grief with how Sonic looks. I personally don't.
I just,
At the end,
I had no fucks to give before I saw the trailer, mate. It's fuck Sonic the Hedgehog. Give me Mario.
my thing on that, my thing on that is like everybody was like, it doesn't look like a hedgehog. It's a fucking computer game. He's not really supposed to look like an actual hedgehog.
Tangent. Yesterday on the Facebooks, there was a thing about It Chapter 2.
Yes.
And is Pennywise the clown a bigot?
Say what? Is he a bigot?
You heard me. Is Pennywise the clown a bigot? There must be there is a line or a reference or something in Chapter 2 that is allegedly homophobic.
Okay.
So the article was Pennywise the clown is a bigot because he makes I've not seen it yet. He makes some form of comment-ish comment or something or whatever in chapter 2
Right.
that makes him a bigot.
This is based off material that was written in the 80s.
But it's also a child killing
but
fucking demon clown.
But this is like based on a Stephen King novel that he wrote in the fucking 80s, when homophobia was, let's be honest, it was pretty much allowed. It wasn't exactly frowned upon in the 80s. Okay, it wasn't great, but they didn't chastise it the way they do now.
I can't imagine them using, there are words that would have been used in the 80s.
It's not set in the 80s, though, is it? Because the first one was set back then,
day.
so this one's like set now.
But I think it does flashbacks though.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I really don't know, because I haven't seen the movie. I don't want spoilers, but it's just you're talking about a demon, child killing clown monster,
not of this world.
Not of this world.
Aye.
Again, child killing. Who's the big bad, and so he's a bigot. He's a wrong'un. He's probably a Nazi. He's everything bad.
You would hope he's a Nazi.
So he's a bigot. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's just people, man. People. Right.
That was the tangent.
Where you
go? Let's go to the next one. Suicide Squad news.
I fucking love this news.
So the first one is this came out a couple of weeks ago, I think. Nathan Fillion has joined.
Yes.
And what has come out in the last couple of days is Peter Capaldi is in talks to join. Fucking good on him.
I love that. It's fucking James Gunn writing as well. James Gunn writing, James Gunn directing. Peter Capaldi fits that James Gunn mold for my tastes. If you can't get David Tennant, Peter Capaldi's always available. So I'm good with that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I watched Suicide Squad about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I watched it again because I don't have the beef that you or 99% of the population have. But I watched it again and I fully fucking enjoyed it. And I was sitting watching it thinking, you know what? I can't wait for another one of these. And under the watchful eye of James Gunn, it can only get better. It can only, well, for a lot of people it can't get worse. But it can only get better.
Because it's James Gunn, I will watch it, probably cinema trip. But yeah, fucking give that man a bloody role.
Peter Capaldi, I love it. And it's not a reboot, because a lot of the talk was that he was rebooting. So it's a whole new team. It's a whole new team, but it's not a reboot. It is actually a sequel to the last one, because Joel Kinnaman's back, Jai Courtney's back, and Viola Davis is back. All playing.
Margot Robbie.
They're kind of keeping that under wraps.
Because they're doing the Birds.
Did you see the teaser for that?
No.
It was great. It was great.
It was a trailer, like.
It was literally about 20 seconds long. It's not much. It starts with like the DC logo, and then the IT balloons, the red balloons, they start like flying up in front of the logo, and the IT sound that kind of comes over the top, and then Harley like mallets one of the balloons with that massive big mallet thing. And she kind of just looks at the camera and she's like, what? You was expecting a clown? And straight away I was like, I'm in. Fuck it, I'm in. Margot Robbie can do no wrong for me as Harley Quinn. She is the shining light of the Suicide Squad movie, the first Suicide Squad movie. And she's going to be the shining light of the DCEU going forward. I love it.
Not Jason Momoa.
Oh, well, he's just gives me a sick.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, let's move on. Okay. Now, Matrix 4.
Yeah.
Keanu's back. Carrie-Anne Moss is back. I'm not sure if Sam Jack is back or not.
Sam Jack.
What do we think?
Whatever.
I'm interested. Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. They set John Wick 4 up to be the Matrix 4. They basically set it up. Are you pissed off, John? Yeah. Like, come on. That's what they did. Like, John Wick 4 is the Matrix 4.
Well, they did however many Matrix references in John Wick.
Somebody please get this man a gun.
And then what was it? What do you need?
Guns.
Lots of guns.
Like,
Because I'm Batman.
like they may as well have said, right, Chad Stahelski, the director of the John Wicks, you are now in charge of the Matrix 4, and he'd be like, right, I'm just taking all these characters and I'm going to put them in the Matrix. That's Matrix 4.
Nah.
And we're replacing Carrie-Anne Moss with Halle Berry. Did she not die? Did Trinity not die?
Trinity died, and so did Neo.
So how's Trinity coming? Neo did die. That is a very good fucking point. He did. Well, can the one die? I don't know.
Well, at the end, you have the Oracle and the Architect sat on the bench talking about whatever the fuck the Wachowskis were on when they were writing that.
The Wachowski whatever.
And they were like, it was like, you don't really think the piece is gonna last or some fucking thing. So they did leave it open.
Yeah, that's a rewatch. I need to rewatch them. Not the second one. I'll rewatch
the second one.
Oh, it was terrible, man.
No.
See, a lot of people do actually rate the second one, and then they say the third one was trash.
I rate the second one before the third one.
I thought the third one was great because you got like the big Dragon Ball Z fight at the end.
Oh, fuck that.
It was just mental.
You got the big fight with all the Agent Smiths against Neo.
I'll tell you what. Go back and watch that movie, but only that scene. That scene does not fucking hold up.
Well, of course it doesn't hold up because it was fucking made 20 years ago.
It looks awful now. When you watch it now, it makes
you can't bloody do that.
It makes the opening scene of Blade 2 look amazing.
Oh, fucking steady on with water drink.
But honestly, that scene does not work now, and you actually see like the CG being ropey as fuck, and like Smiths like flying through each other, and it's awful. Like it is awful. Like it's bad. Just go back and watch that one scene, and just then come back and tell me what you think of The Matrix 2. So what's next?
Neil Blomkamp.
Yes, what's he up to?
Has abandoned RoboCop Returns.
Alien 5?
To work on an unnamed horror thriller.
It's not Alien 5.
Probably not Alien 5.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so he is starting work on this horror thriller, but MGM didn't want to wait until he'd filmed that. They wanted to start filming on RoboCop Returns.
That's a shame.
Like 5 minutes ago.
So is somebody else doing RoboCop, or
they will be? But I don't know who it is.
That's a shame. I'd quite like to see what Neil Blomkamp did with that.
Let Ridley Scott do RoboCop Returns because nobody gives a fuck about that.
What, Ridley Scott or RoboCop?
Both.
Yeah.
And get Neil Blomkamp in to do the Alien movie.
It's got to be Alien. He has to do Alien 5.
A horror thriller could be an Alien movie.
Yeah. Could it just be like, hey Ridley, you know your Prometheus 10? Can we just get Neil Blomkamp to do it, please?
What the fuck accent did that turn into?
I gave up on it halfway through, as you might have been able to tell. But Neil Blomkamp should definitely be doing Alien 5. Fuck
yes,
Ridley Scott. Square up the arse.
Should have been out already.
Yeah. What else got?
Hold on. Disney.
What have these bastards been up to?
They are developing a Home Alone remake.
With Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, that's them.
As Kevin McAllister? I'd watch it. I'd quite like to see what Kevin McAllister's up to these days.
I'd like to see like an 18... rated 18 or rated R.
They did that short film, didn't they? In the taxi, when he was driving the taxi and he was all fucked up because like his kids left him at home. His mum and dad left him at home and it screwed him up forever. Which was great.
It was good.
Yeah. Have you seen Macaulay Culkin lately? Dude's got it really wired up right now. He's just taken to Instagram recently.
Oh, fucking fantastic.
And he calls himself the Incredible Culk. Which I think is a great handle for him. And he's doing some really good stuff, and I'm quite happy to see that he's still present, if that is a thing. Yeah.
Well, he's present. He's not dead.
Still present, and it's just good to see him still going. He was on Jimmy Fallon. He did a pretty good little interview on Jimmy Fallon. He's still really funny as well. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what Kevin McAllister's up to these days.
See, that should have been a classic, like, just insane movie career.
But just he grew up.
Yeah. Anyway, Lord of the Rings TV show.
Yeah.
You might like this.
Okay.
Will Poulter has been cast as the lead.
Oh, I did see this, yeah.
Don't know who he's cast as.
Yeah. I kind of passively aggressively went, huh. I'll give the first episode a go.
He could be an orc.
That would be cool. He has the head for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We like Will Poulter.
We do like Will Poulter.
He'll bring a little bit of suave Britishness to the show.
Unless he's been an American. No, he can't be an American.
No, he'll not be
Lord
an
of the
American.
Rings
No.
universe. Yeah, I am interested in this. I've been reading different things, like it's like a sequel to the movies, and also that it's not. That it's like a starting from scratch. But
okay.
Different websites tell you different things.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's true.
Such is the web.
Yeah. This one's a few weeks old, but Ewan McGregor has signed up to play Obi-Wan Kenobi again.
In what?
In a TV show for Disney Plus or Disney Life or whatever the fuck it's called.
I don't know where to start with this whole Disney Plus streaming.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong?
I don't know where to start. Perfectly honest, I don't know what to make of it. Like, it's on paper and as a geek and a fanboy and all that, it sounds amazing, because we're gonna get a load of Marvel shows, a load of Star Wars shows, a load of The Mandalorian looks fucking awesome.
I was going to ask you, did you see the trailer for
it
that?
looks awesome,
Yeah.
but I mean that's Jon Favreau, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna look awesome. It's
or
Jon
is it
Favreau.
just Jon Favreau's done the first episode? Like Martin Scorsese did the first episode of Boardwalk Empire.
From what I've read, it's Jon Favreau heavy, so hopefully it's more than just the first episode. But it looks incredible. It's like just ticks all the boxes for me straight away. And it didn't show much, but what it did show, I was like, yeah, I'm in.
So you hadn't already seen everything?
I hadn't already seen everything, but it's like they just have all these shows and I'm not gonna lie to you, when they were announcing the MCU TV shows, that one What If, about the different scenarios within the MCU, I'm gonna give that a go. But the rest of them, like WandaVision, couldn't give a fuck. Two characters I couldn't give less of a fuck about.
I don't really know what that is.
It's Vision and Wanda. It's their show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear God. No.
Loki, possibly give that a go, but is it not just animated? I'm sure it's animated. He's doing the voice, if I'm wrong.
A bit, but yeah.
Like I'm not really that fussed about a solo Loki TV show without Thor. I don't know. The Captain America Winter Soldier one, Falcon and Bucky.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to give that a go. Basically, the only thing I'll be giving a go on that channel, that streaming site, is the Star Wars shows.
But it's not like Disney owns
the world,
all the properties,
all the universe,
or almost all the properties. So they're not gonna launch it on whenever the hell they're gonna launch it, and then all that's on your doorstep right from day one.
No, it's not. It's going to be bits and pieces. It's going to be bits and pieces, but I just don't know. Like, I don't know what to make of it. Like, on one hand, I'm really excited to see what they do with it, and I'm really excited to see how it's going to go, like, compete alongside Netflix. Because, like you say, they're going to be dropping these shows in bits and pieces, and they have an extensive back catalogue of Disney properties anyway. But it's like, what are they going to put on there to that like, is it going to be just Disney? Or are they going to put... Well, they can't really put other movies on there. Like, I don't know. Well,
of course they can.
They can't, though. It's going to have to be Disney related. It's going to have to be Disney stuff. Like, they're not...
You've got your Disney movies, obviously, and then you've got your Marvel movies, you've got your Star Wars movies, you've got whatever the fuck else they own.
But are they going to do all that and then put Fox's movies on there? 20th Century Fox.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so.
Well, there you go.
Because they're fucking shite.
But they own it now. They own 20th Century Fox. So are they going to put fucking the Fantastic Four movies on Disney Life or Disney Plus?
It's possible, but
I don't
know why they would want to.
That's my thing. Like, is it just going to be Disney-centric properties, which is only going to get me so far, to be honest? or is it going to have a bit of more variety?
Well, it's going to be like, like your WWE Network, where they own the rights to all the WCW back catalogue now. So all the WCW matches are on...
That's a little bit different, though, because it's wrestling. Like, wrestling, they've got...
that. I'm it's properties.
I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying, but I'm just kind of like, I can go on Netflix, or you can go on Netflix, and there's a whole slew of different properties. Like, you've got Paramount stuff on there, you've got 20th Century, you've got Universal, you've got Disney stuff on there, you've got all, probably not for much longer, but you've got all these different companies' projects on there, product on there, which I think, and then Netflix's own stuff, which I think is what keeps Netflix, for me, fresh and original. Well, not fresh and original, but it keeps it fresh.
I've just started watching Breaking Bad from the start because the movie's out next month.
Yeah, I watched the little trailer for that. Yeah. I never finished it. No, 2 series. That's all I got, and that was me. I was done.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I know, and I've been getting shit at work recently about that because people seem to think that I should have to have seen that show.
Oh, but then it's you, so that
it's never been that. It's never been that with Breaking Bad. I tried to watch it off the back of you telling me that it's a show that I'll enjoy. So I sat down to watch it. First series, I got through it, but I can't say I was massively entertained. I was like, he's a good character. He's a bit of a dickhead, but he is a good character, and that's what it's meant to be. It's quite a well-written show. But then Series 2 came round, and it was fucking hard.
So the one with Q?
Q...
Bloody...
From Star Trek?
Yeah.
I can't remember if he was in it.
John Delancey.
But it literally, I just found it really hard to watch, and I was like... and I tapped
out. Then
out.
it's about just Walt just kind of embracing the... what's he called? Fuck. It's been a while since
Heisenberg.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Becoming Heisenberg, basically, and just being a complete cunt.
Which I'm alright with. Yeah, I fucking love me some Tony Soprano. I'm alright with characters who are my heroes but they're cunts. I'm alright with that. But that show, I don't know, just I found it really hard to watch. And I didn't have one tiny inch of feelings or anything towards Jesse Pinkman. That was I'm sorry, I'm going to say it now, that is a terribly written character. He is not a good actor, Aaron Paul. He's not a good actor. Like, if saying bitch every 2 seconds is acting, then bitch, I could be an actor, and I ain't one. But it just wasn't for me.
That's okay. That's all right.
It is one.
Like, sort of reversal. I tried to watch Sons of Anarchy, and
yes, yeah, which I loved.
I know you do. I know you do, and like because of that, I did try it. I really did try it, and I wanted to like it, but I got maybe 2-3 episodes in, and I couldn't get away with any of the characters. I just thought, you are the most awful people I've ever seen on screen.
Some of them are.
You all.
Some of them are.
And I just couldn't get away with it.
Yeah.
I could not get into it at all.
And I get that, because I've spoken to people before that, like, they just could not do anything with Sons of Anarchy. They would just say, you know what, man, I tried to watch it, I just couldn't get past it. And I put it on. I just fell in love with it straight away. Like, in seconds, minutes, I was just in love with that show. And when you meet Opie, favourite character, I've said it a million times on the podcast, but when you meet him...
Is that Charlie Hunnam?
No, it's Ryan Hurst. He's fucking incredible. He's like Jax's best friend in the show. But when you meet that character, that for me was the birth of that show. Like, I'd already watched a couple of episodes and he was in it a little bit, but then when you finally get to meet Opie proper, the show just took on a whole life of its own, and I was like, I'm in. I'm fucking in. And it's the only show where when they've killed the character, I stopped watching it for a month. I was like, I can't watch this anymore. Like, they've just fucking ripped my heart out. And they did. I love the show. But Breaking Bad, yeah, I'm tempted to try it again because of this movie that's coming out. But from what I've read, he won't be in it.
From what I've read, he is in it.
He is in it. but
I think they're keeping it very, 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 very quiet
right.
of what they're going.
Are
to
we
do
talking
with
about the same character?
Walter White?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. So how could he be in it? Because
He did.
I did read spoilers, and from like they Bonnie and Clyded the fuck out of him.
You mean they killed him off?
Yeah, he got riddled with bullets. Apparently, I don't know. It was just something I read.
He had all the cancer.
Yeah, but he survived that.
He survived it, and then it came back.
He survived that in like the second episode. He was like, in the first episode, he goes, "I've got the cancer," and in the next episode,
Well,
he
he
was
didn't
like,
say it like that. It's not fucking Tony Soprano's mother. Oh, may the Lord take me now.
and then when he came in the second episode, he was like, "Yeah, it's fine."
No, he didn't.
He was like, he sat his wife down and he goes, "Yeah, I got the results. I've got cancer." And she went, "You're tearing me apart."
Nice.
I had to drop a room reference in there. You got anything else news-wise?
Yeah, a couple more things. We are getting Masters of the Universe.
This has been on the go for a little
while.
while.
This is not a reboot. This is a continuation.
Yeah.
Of the cartoon from the 80s. It is being done by Kevin Smith. It's going to be kind of like, what do they call it? Manga?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not
like it's like Castlevania that Adi Shankar did. It's
Right.
kind of that kind of. It's manga.
I'm not entirely convinced, but it's got my attention.
It has my attention until I love Kevin Smith, man. I've loved him. I've loved him my whole film watching life. I'm kind of done with him though.
I'll let him do Masters of the Universe. What could possibly go wrong?
To be fair, what could go wrong? It is Master of the Universe. It's got a blueprint. Follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all it was. It was 20-minute episodes where fucking Orko does something, He-Man goes and kicks Skeletor's arse, and then they all laugh at the end.
But how are you gonna feel when like Jay and Silent Bob turn up in your He-Man TV show?
As long as Skeletor kills them.
That'd be pretty cool.
Okay with that. Cool. Last thing, and I read this just before you arrived at the door. So there has been a little bit of news from Sony and Disney about Spider-Man, because that all kicked off.
I wanted to talk to you about this actually. I wanted to get your hot take on Spider-Man being potentially out of the MCU.
If anybody doesn't know what we're on about, it's that Disney and Sony were trying to... Well, basically Disney were wanting 50-50.
Yeah.
On, I believe it was Spider-Man solo movies. Or is it... It
read at first, that they wanted 50-50 profit shares. But also, to be completely fair to Disney, that also means it would be 50-50 in financing as well. So, because as it stands right now, Sony puts up all the money, Disney make it, and then Disney gets, I think it's like 10%. Mm-hmm. So they get a 10% cut on first day profits. So whereas normally the main company would have to make their money back first and then Disney gets a share, that doesn't happen. Disney gets it first day. But they also have all the merchandise rights. So Disney sells all the toys, which, let's be honest, that's where Disney makes their money.
Oh, yeah.
So they then decided, you know what, this thing's going really well. It's not really fair that we only get this much. We want 50-50. But again, like I say, a lot of people were like crying out, that's just sheer fucking greed, which in my mind it was. But they would also be sharing, you know, if the movie costs $250 million, they're putting in $125 million. To be fair. Mm-hmm. But then when you really read into it and you actually got down to the nitty gritty of what was being talked about from like all, because I read a lot of different articles on this because it fucking infuriated me. It really infuriated me. Not for the reason you might think though, but when you read into it and you started looking into it, it turned out they weren't just getting profits from Spider-Man solo movies. It was like Venom. It was the Morbius movie when it gets made.
Disney were.
It was any property attached to Spider-Man as well. So they were getting all that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which, when you think about it, fair dues. I guess it is their characters. But Sony get nothing when Spider-Man appears in Endgame or Infinity Wars or Civil War. They don't get anything for that. So why should they not get money for those movies where their character appears, but Marvel should get money from these other movies? You know, like, it's bullshit. It is bullshit, the whole thing. Like, what's your thought on it? How do you take it?
I didn't read into it that deeply, to be honest.
It pissed me off.
Yeah.
But again, probably not for the reason, and we'll get to that in a minute, but...
I really kind of... I just kind of thought, you know, stop acting like fucking children and just sort your fucking selves out so that Spider-Man can stay in the MCU.
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck about percentages or cuts or anything like that. And people were, you know, saying Disney were greedy bastards, and which is, you know, to a certain extent or to a lot of an extent, it's true.
But that's just Disney, though.
I, as a Spider-Man fan, as an MCU fan, I pretty much just think, you know what, fucking stop acting like arseholes.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. Get Amy Pascal in that fucking room and sort your shit out.
If anybody could sort out, it's Amy Pascal.
We need you, Amy. We need you.
We fucking do. And who has ever said that?
Exactly. I was thinking as a Spider-Man fan, as an MCU fan, as an Avengers fan, and I was more gutted about the thought of Spider-Man not being in the MCU anymore, because fucking Tom Holland is fantastic.
Bless him. Like, this must be fucking destroying him. Like, as an actor, this must be fucking destroying him.
And then I saw a headline on Facebook that Tom Holland unfollows Disney on Instagram or unfollows Sony on Instagram, and I thought, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it's going to be that now. It's going to be that. I mean, for me, like, and a lot of people that I've spoke to, like, I'm actually almost pretty much on the same par as you there. It's kind of like these two companies, Disney and Marvel, wanted Spider-Man for all that time. They struck a deal that they couldn't have been fucking happier with. They were like pigs in shit when they struck that deal, because they realised we've got all the toys, all the merchandise, we've got all that. They don't get any of that. We've got that. And we get money from first day of release. That's fucking incredible. Which I think when you look back over the history of cinema and production companies and movie companies, that's never happened. Never happened. So they were literally as happy as pigs in shit. But then they see the money coming in and they see it breaks $1 billion.
It's George Lucas selling the Star Wars rights.
Exactly.
Was it Mattel at that point, or I can't remind who it was?
And he must be well, he was kicking himself. Yeah. But then it's like, but at the same token, I can completely 100% agree with what Disney was saying, because if you do a job right, if you do a job well, you should get a pay rise. It's like you or I at work. If we do our jobs right, we should be entitled to a pay rise. We have every right to ask for it and go out for it. But you don't ask for a 500% pay rise. You ask for a cheeky little 3% pay rise, you know? They were just... And by all accounts, Sony did come back to them with a counter offer, which I think was like 70-30.
That's what I read today, that they've offered 30%.
And Disney's like, no.
Have they rejected it, or is
pretty much?
Right.
They were offered that a little while ago.
Right.
When it all first...
Now, this has just come up on my Facebook feed just before you came over.
It's maybe been
now,
like
it could be a bloody historic fucking page.
Well, even then, but it might have just been like, you know what? Let's have another crack at it. Will you take the 30% kind of thing? But they flat out pretty much said no, and Sony's like, well, fair dues, crack on.
From what I read, it was 30%, and they were also offering Venom.
Don't offer anything. Don't offer anything. Like, I'm now firmly in the camp of I haven't chose whether Disney's in the wrong or Sony's in the wrong, because like you said before, they're both in the wrong. Like, they're fucking with our characters. They're fucking with our movie franchise. They're fucking with Tom Holland's career, if you ask me. They're messing about with the MCU, because they set Spider-Man to take over Iron Man's role.
Yeah.
That's what fucking Far From Home was all about. Was like, this is where the MCU's going. Spider-Man.
The end of your phase 4?
Yeah.
4.
Three.
3.
We're going into phase 4.
The end of your phase 3 is setting up Spider-Man or Peter Parker as your next Tony
and
Stark.
They did that on purpose. They 100% did that on purpose to try and give themselves some leverage when it came to going back to the table. And
but then I was watching, I think it was Angry Joe, and there was apparently a stipulation on the thing for Far From Home that if it passed 1 billion, the Spider-Man is going to be in there for a third movie.
One more, yeah.
But if it didn't pass 1 billion, the rights would all go back to Sony.
Yeah.
But it did pass 1 billion, so
it passed 1 billion, so they've got
so
one more
we
movie.
are maybe getting another Tom Holland movie.
There's still 100% going to be a third part of that trilogy, and it's from what I've read, and this is where it all gets a bit murky. But from what I've read, Disney and Marvel still have to make that third movie. Like whether it's all Sony's or not.
Is that there is a contract there that there will be a third solo movie.
Oh, they have to.
But then is he going to be in whatever the hell they're doing for Phase 4? Or is it just Spider-Man 3?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, what fucking happens now? And the companies don't suffer. Disney don't suffer because they still crack on. They still do what they're doing. Like, fucking Sony don't suffer. They might make a terrible movie, but
Disney will just do like Man Spider or something like
that. Yeah, and then they'll fucking buy fucking Sony outright anyway.
Yeah,
because that's what they do. But that's the main thing for me. Like, I haven't actually chosen a camp who's in the wrong on any of this.
I really don't think there's a camp to choose. I think
there isn't.
It's just a bunch of fucking good old boys in offices fucking arguing about the bottom line, and I think that they're a bunch of greedy arseholes. They want to shut the fuck up, get Amy Pascal in that room, sort some shit out, and let's get Tom Holland back in there.
But we'll lose.
But on the other side of the coin, I would like to see him and Tom Hardy.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah, that's like, I'm all about that.
You know,
like, as soon as
Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom.
It's a funny one because as soon as they said, as soon as they were saying that Spidey's coming out of the MCU, or it looks like Spidey's coming out of the MCU, I was gutted for the MCU because I was like, as much as I'm getting tired of the MCU, and we've spoke about this at length, like as much as I'm getting a bit fatigued with the whole thing, I still like watching it, and I still want Spidey in there. Like, he's not my favourite character of all time, but I still want him in there because he's meant to be. But as soon as they said it, I was just kind of like, oh man, we could totally have like a Venom Spider-Man movie now.
And also, I've been on about this for fucking years. Sony also own the rights to Kraven the Hunter.
Yes.
Fuck me, give us that movie.
I mean, again,
get like a Mads Mikkelsen as Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah. That'd be dope. That would be good.
Please don't say dope. Yeah.
But then I did see one thing that they were like saying, okay, it's off the table for now, but that doesn't mean it's off the table forever. And they were saying like it could be pretty cool in its own little way if Tom Holland came out of the MCU, pissed about in the Sony universe for a little bit with fucking Venom, Morbius, Kraven, all that shit, Sinister Six, whatever, and then Phase 5 comes back into an Avengers movie, and it's like,
but let's face it, like Phase 4, it's going to be all bloody weird and fucking fanciful.
They're pretty much all new films.
You know that, like. So we're getting Thor 4.
Yeah.
Which fine
with
is
Lady
Thor.
Thor. Again. What do you make of that? Fucking Natalie Portman coming back for to be Lady Thor.
I'm okay at the minute.
Two things. Fuck them. And I'll tell you for why. And this is the two things.
Is it Lady Sif? Is it
Lady Sif? Why did Lady Sif not get this chance? Right? Also, Valkyrie. She was pretty much told she was the fucking queen of Asgard now. New Asgard.
Yeah, it doesn't mean to say you get Thor's hammer or...
fuck that shit. You've got two badass fucking females.
See, I don't... Is because they've done, like, Lady Thor in the comics?
Yeah.
Is it Jane Foster that is Lady Thor?
As far
in
as
the
I know,
comics?
I've never really delved
Or is
into
it Lady Sif?
I think it is Lady Thor. And it's Jane Foster
Right,
as
right.
Thor and
Well,
Lady
shut the fuck
Sif.
up then.
I don't fucking care. They've built these two characters up that were badass
Well,
as
Lady
fuck.
Sif, who hasn't been in the movies
They just
for
disappeared
the last
her.
ever,
They just told her to fuck off.
it would have been a little bit handy.
Gave her a cheeky little fucking scene in the TV show.
Or maybe Kate Blanchett killed them all. Because she killed, like, the Chinese fella and
That'd
the
be
Nike
cool.
fella. Might be the same guy.
That'd be cool.
So,
I like Kate Blanchett.
she was good on Thor 3 or Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the news.
I just don't really want Natalie Portman back, if I'm honest.
Ah, bless her. Leave her alone.
Shut up.
Horrible bastard.
So that's the news. Yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about Spider-Man. I know it's been a little while since we recorded, so that news is quite old. But I just got a little bit antsy about the whole thing, and the online reaction on both camps was horrible. It really was horrible seeing what people like, fuck Sony, fucking we're gonna storm Sony and all this, like.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
And then 2 days later, when people actually started reading articles instead of just headlines, fuck Disney, and it's like, no, don't fuck Disney either. Like, both camps are in the wrong here. One because they're too stubborn, and the other one because they want too much. Like, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Money. Bastards.
But then, you know, it was also hard not to get into the camp of, like, why the fuck should Sony back down? Disney have all the money and all the rights and all the characters and fucking all the cards. So why should they back down? Because Spider-Man is theirs.
That's very much where I'm at. Like, as much as I want a middle ground, as much as I want them just to say, you know what, give us a little bit of money, give us a little bit extra, give us a little bit fucking whatever, and we'll keep doing this and we'll keep going. But at the same time, I'm really just like, let that mad bitch just hold them to ransom. You know what I mean?
I don't care for you calling Amy mad.
She's definitely the hero of this podcast, I'll tell you that now. Like,
Yeah.
she's given us so much
Save
to
us,
talk
Amy.
about.
Save us. That's a t-shirt for you.
In Amy Pascal we trust. Still the best fucking scene in the first Spider-Man movie. When it comes up, Pascal Pictures presents.
And then the two of us mad bastards going, fuck off!
In a cinema full of people that potentially, because they're just fucking nerdy fat geeks, probably didn't know who Amy Pascal was.
Well, I take umbrage to that.
She's just a mad
How
bitch.
could you not know who Amy Pascal is? Bless her.
She's a mad bitch and we love her.
What we're going to do? We're going to do what we've been watching?
Let's go on to let's do the feature review first. We'll talk about The Isle and Neil Ward's short, Cooked. So let's talk about Neil's thing first. Cheeky little promo and we'll get into it.
Hey everybody, this is Heno.
And this is Stephanie.
And we're from the Gotham Lights Podcast.
Also, the Orville Lights Podcast sometimes.
They are two podcasts dedicated to the television show Gotham
and the Orville.
Now, where can they reach us, Steph?
I'm so glad you asked, Heno. You can find us on Twitter at Gotham Lights. You can also find us on Facebook, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Just by searching Gotham Lights. Gotham Lights Podcast at gmail.com.
So, that was 10 minutes of lunacy, shall we say?
Lunacy is a good word. Lunacy is a very good word. I was speaking to Neil on the messengers after I'd watched it last night, and I did say, no offense, but I was looking for your girlfriend in the film to kick your fucking ass.
How much more do you love Neil Ward now, though? Like, not as the character's a bit of a dick, to be fair, but Neil's fucking cracking though. He's a good actor. Like,
you enjoyed the bits where he was sunning himself.
I love those bits.
Yeah,
I love those bits. Anytime I get to see an actor like that in a sunbed, I don't know. I was just imagining Tom Hardy's face though.
Fucking hell!
But I'm pretty sure he would also say that he was imagining Tom Hardy's face too. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So it was. The movie is kind of like it's about the meathead culture.
Yes. Yeah.
And they just take it way too far, really.
They do,
yeah.
and
get carried away with themselves.
Yeah, like it is. It's sort of like a modern day sort of updated Fight Club, but without the fighting.
What? Yeah.
It's all about being the perfect masculine man type thing.
I was thinking that, and I actually said to Neil, I could actually see a feature length.
Yeah,
version
100%, 100%.
Where certain characters get their comeuppance or realize what the fuck did I do?
Yeah. Like that was the. I don't like to draw too many comparisons to other movies and stuff like that, especially when you're watching like these projects that these guys have poured their hearts into. But it did smack a lot of the whole when Fight Club came out, and it was like men being men and that fucking masculine kind of way you have to be, and just trying to be that perfect guy, and it made me think of that. It kind of drew that all back. But then of course you just get the other side of just these guys are just fucking dicks. Like, I'm not saying they all are.
One little fun fact. Well, not a fun fact, bless her. There is a scene with part of the program or whatever is you have to eat 10 cans of tuna a day.
Yeah.
And so there is a bit in the film where Neil's character's girlfriend, who is kind of trying to go along with it, but her heart's not in it.
She likes them Wotsits.
She likes the Wotsits. And
I like a Wotsit. I like a Wotsit, to be fair.
Did not. But apparently, she hates tuna.
Yeah?
The actress hates tuna.
Oh, that's just vicious.
And there's a scene where she's being fed tuna.
Neil, if you're listening, I hate you right now. That's like forcing me to eat spiders. I wouldn't do it. It's not the same at all. By the way, that was like 10 cans of tuna in one go. That was a lot of tuna on the plate.
Then what got me was the next scene he was getting off her on the couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he just likes the tuna.
He must eat.
No, honestly, the reason we got put onto this is we both know Neil. We've had Neil on the show before. He's a cracking lad. And it came about that it's been accepted to a film festival, and they have decided to basically ban it, which I think makes your movie pretty infamous, really. Like,
you're up there with Usual Suspects, aren't you?
Well, yeah, Usual Suspects, Natural Born Killers got banned, Exorcist was banned for a while, so technically you're on good level there. To be fair, I mean, there's no really complaining, because I saw a few people commenting saying, really not happy about this, or so sorry to hear this, and I'm sitting there thinking, no, that's some pretty damn good press, actually. There's no publicity like bad publicity. Look,
I don't think it has bad publicity, to be honest.
No, I don't think it has, but
let's face it, it's 2019. Everyone is a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
And this movie is about a bunch of meatheads and meatheadess.
She was class.
She was class,
yeah.
And she reminded me a little bit of China.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen her in something.
I was thinking the same thing, but then I thought, I'm thinking of China.
Yeah, no, she definitely seen her in something.
Anyway,
definitely.
So they're in it basically becomes like a cult to them.
Yeah.
And like that's their obsession.
Which, let's be honest, if you go to the gym, that's what it's like.
Oh,
that's why I can't go, because I just go and I just feel like this little fat sweaty nerd in the corner. And they're all on treadmills, looking like proper abs, proper chests. I've not got the chest for it.
You've not got the chest for it?
I've not got the chest for it. I know what you're saying, though. Crack on.
And yeah, like I say, it's like a cult to them. They just get way too carried away with it. And fuckers go about knocking burgers out of people's hands.
That looked like a damn tasty burger too.
I know, bastard.
I think it's a cracking little flick, and like I say, it's only 10 minutes long. It's not a hard watch. Like it said on the post that he sent us that it was like sort of gratuitous sort of violence, which
I don't think it was.
It's not nearly as bad as it could be.
I don't think it was gratuitous violence. I think it was obviously like there was a lot of like fat shaming in it.
Yeah.
Which, again, as I said, it's 2019.
It's fat shaming.
Everybody's a bunch of pussies and all that. And
it's fat shaming, but it's also towards a woman as well. So it's like...
Yeah. And a guy.
Yeah.
Although you couldn't exactly tell. Bless him. How pissed off would you be if you were that actor?
Well, you've poured your heart and soul into being...
You've had fucking cake rubbed over your belly and that.
I wouldn't be that pissed off. I love cake.
And then your fucking film gets banned.
I'm sure he'd be fine. He'd be loving it. Like I say, it's good publicity because now it's the movie too hot for film festival things. So, you know, it's that movie now, so it'll get a good load of publicity. It made us want to see it straight away. We were like, "Oh man, Neil, hook us up, man!"
Yeah, bless
him, he did. And yeah, so we got to see it. I actually really liked the film. I thought it's a good little 10-minute film. Yes, it has a little bit of as you say, it's sort of shining a light on that kind of culture and the way some people can get with it, and they can take it a little bit too far, and you kind of forget. And I like the whole, like you were talking about the advert and everything, how we can be suckered in and everything. Obviously, they kind of have been suckered in, and it's made them want to be the perfect human. Not her. She was like, nah, it's alright. I like What's-Its.
I really like What's-Its.
I love What's-Its, man. So yeah, I don't really understand, because at the end of the day, it's a short movie. It's pretty creative. It is good. It wasn't also like you were watching a piece of crap either.
No.
You know, like it had some decent production value to it, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, why would you actually not play this? Okay, the content.
Got to be worse stuff than that, for fuck's sake, going about.
Look at Roman Polanski, man. He's still making movies, and he's a fucking weirdo. But like, you know, I can't understand why you wouldn't play that. Okay, the subject matter is a little bit grim towards the end.
We've seen worse.
Exactly, man. It actually baffled me when I watched it, because maybe I'm desensitized to this kind of thing where like I'll watch pretty much anything. Like, it doesn't really matter how grim it gets, I'm going to watch it.
To be perfectly honest, the bit where they've got, like, the new neighbour in, and they strip him bollock naked, and they're kind of forcing the lassies... Although, stupid bitch, you wouldn't take out cake at that point, would you?
Nah, not if it does a meatheads walking, does the gym bros.
You just wouldn't. You wouldn't. If your boyfriend's already doing that to you...
I mean, I don't know if we can hold it against her, really. It's... But no, I wouldn't...
water.
I don't think I would have brought the cakes out. Maybe like a watermelon.
Aye, or maybe like a Jaffa cake. Everybody likes a Jaffa cake.
I reckon it might have been the same results.
Them over as well.
Aye.
But there's less to rub your face in.
Yeah, but it's got like the Jaffa stuff inside.
You don't like the jelly?
The jelly stuff. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. Jelly. That was terrible. But I know what you're saying.
Jelly in a Jaffa cake?
Nah, I don't like Jaffa cakes, if I'm honest with you. It might have got the same response that Neil gave in the movie from me.
Yeah.
And Lindsay had been having her face rubbed in the Jaffa cake.
Nah. Let's face it, Lindsay.
Let's be honest. She is the woman in that film. She would kick the shit out of me. She had pretty big guns as well, I have to say.
She did, yeah.
And nice tattoos. Is it bad that I spent most of the time going, that's a damn fine tattoo? No, not particularly. I find myself doing that more and more.
I was kind of thinking that's a waste of cake. Didn't look that nice, but you know.
Aye.
Anyway, you know what? Fuck it. It's I can see how in 2019, when people are pussies, I can see how it could be. People could go, oh fuck me, we better not show that. I could see how.
But it's a film festival. That's where these things are meant to be shown.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I can see how.
Yeah.
The bit where the guy gets bloody choked out, which fuck me, that made me want to fucking gasp.
Aye.
The chokehold that she puts on the guy.
I was still thinking of the cake.
Fucking hell. But I'm just saying I could see how.
Yeah. No.
That's all.
No. I am with you, but I think in 2019, when you have a piece of art, a piece of creative art, a movie like that's been made to the best of its abilities, they've casted some cracking actors in there, they've all put in a cracking job, and then they submit it to a film festival, which is where you're supposed to get shown.
Mm-hmm.
Film festivals shouldn't be shying away from that shit.
But then put like a disclaimer out. Put a disclaimer
If
on
you,
the
if you
fucking
want,
poster or
I
something.
don't feel like you have to, but
You
if you
know,
want
if
to,
you're touchy about cake, don't watch this.
but that's what I mean. Like, this is where these
Some
things are
cakes
meant.
were harmed in the making of this film.
What I did love, right, and this is this is shocking. You know, at the start when he comes home and she's eating the Wotsits. Did you notice when he throws her on the bike, on the exercise bike, the perfectly placed Wotsit on the floor? It was like just in between her legs as she was cycling. There was a perfectly placed Wotsit on. I like to think that was done on purpose.
I did not notice that.
Watch it again. 'Cause
Right.
I was sitting there and I was thinking, wow, that's a really well placed Wotsit. Like, I know he kind of knocked them out of her hand, but how did one get over there?
I see.
I like to think that's sort of like one of those shots that like shows. Nah, it probably just fell on the floor.
Yeah, it's like the glass in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's like Rosebud and Citizen Kane.
Watch it goes,
Maybe I'm wrong.
or watch it shakes as she's going on the bike.
Maybe I'm wrong, but when I watched it, I was sitting there going, oh, there's this stray Wotsit.
I did not notice the Wotsit.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not even Wotsits, to be fair. We're probably giving them way too much credit.
The cheesy poofs.
Yeah, I like cheesy poofs. But,
All of South Park going on to Netflix, so.
yes. Genuinely think that this festival where you're supposed to show this kind of stuff and you're supposed to have the balls to show this independent filmmaking journey, they need to reverse that and they need to show it. Even if it's just one show, it's a 10-minute movie.
Yeah, like I say.
You can,
If you're easily offended, this is not the movie for you.
but if you're easily offended, you maybe shouldn't be attending like independent movie festivals because
Well,
that's
sure
where
you can,
that's
but,
where all the
like-
weird stuff is.
Well, you can still attend it, but if you're going to be pissy about that kind of thing, then don't watch it.
It's to be critiqued. Critique it.
Critique it.
Yeah, if you don't like it, give it a shit review. I guess. Just say.
Yeah.
Me personally, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was done really well, really nicely done. So
Yeah.
show it.
I still want the girlfriend to kick his ass.
Yeah, but then, yeah.
She would have had to put the Wotsits down.
Oh, dude, you can't be doing that. Tuna though.
Choose your moments to take out the cake. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, there are lessons to take away from movies, and that is definitely one to
Yeah.
take away from this.
Yeah, I've learned that. I've learned
Yeah.
that now.
So, like, when all your gym bro friends come round, you ain't taking the cake out. Just leave it in the fridge.
The closest one is Paul,
Yeah,
and he's not a meathead.
he loves cake too.
He loved the cake.
Aye.
Yeah.
So, generally, that is the 365 Flicks official comments. Just play the damn thing. Grow some balls and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might learn something if you watch it. Like you say, don't bring the cake out. So, would you like to move on to the aisle?
Will we talk about the aisle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. The aisle.
Now you've watched it more recently than I
Yeah.
have.
I
So I will let you start.
I did watch it a little while ago when we were first given the link to it. What it was coming up to release, I believe, in July. It was like late July, early August. So they were coming up to release it. So I believe you can actually get this now. You can actually go out and find the aisle, and you definitely should. But they were wanting to come on the show to talk about it and to pimp it out a little bit, and that is what we do on Indie Talk. We like to talk to independent filmmakers and stuff and things.
Mm-hmm.
So the aisle is, they describe it as a Victorian thriller set on a remote island in Scotland. And they describe it as...
It is available, by the way,
It
to
is.
rent on Prime Video.
Yes. And as I was saying, they describe it as such because it is that. It's a Victorian kind of ghosty thriller, remote island in the middle of Scotland, and it's massively fucked up.
It is massively fucked up.
Yeah.
There's some good jump scares in there.
There's some very good jump scares.
So yeah, like you say, so the guys they have they get shipwrecked onto the
Yeah,
isle.
you've got kind of your three main characters who, as you say, have been shipwrecked. That's where you start the movie. They end up on an island, and they meet a local fisherman. And the local fisherman takes them in to look after them and everything. And he's a little bit cagey about the island. And then he introduces them to Varys. Varys with hair.
Who's fucking class? Everybody's fucking class, to be fair.
Oh yeah, God, I can't even stress enough how good the actors are in this film. Like, there's a couple of them that I recognise from bits and pieces elsewhere. Not really massively major roles or anything like that, but they were all fantastic. So I'll give them that, definitely. But Varys, yeah.
So they go to Varys' house.
Yes.
Where they meet his daughter, who is kind of... She's not exactly housebound, but she may as well be.
She's a bit of a Molly Mental.
And so it becomes apparent pretty quickly that everything's not quite right on this island.
Yeah, and there might be a murder.
There might have been a murder.
Mm-hmm. And they get Taggart on the island.
Other things.
Yeah, and the story is told in sort of two parts. So it's kind of, you have everything that's happening with these three guys, the two sort of, I guess you would say, keepers of the island, and then the daughters, because it's two dads and two daughters, and they're kind of trying to keep them apart for whatever reason.
So it was basically, you find out as it goes on, it was once like a thriving island, and then some shit went down one night. No spoilers or anything.
No.
But some shit went down. Some pretty bad, fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. That's your poster.
That is a poster. I mean, that right there sells the movie.
So some pretty fucked up shit went down one night, or the night of a big gathering or shindig, if you will. And
a Cayley, we'll call it.
Will we call it a Cayley?
I believe that's a Scottish thing.
It is a Scottish thing.
There you go then.
Mm-hmm. And well, the island never recovered.
Oh, I like that. Now that goes on the poster. The island never recovered.
Did I say it like that?
They're coming for you, Barbara. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's atmosphere.
These are the body snatchers, isn't
yes. I think it is. I plucked it from out of nowhere. It just came to me in the spur of the moment.
Put a Scottish accent, absolutely.
Sometimes it just sounds better with a Scottish accent. And by the way, Varys sounds way better with a Scottish accent. I loved his Scottish accent.
Does. He
and
does.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. You had her. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's I tried to watch it back when we first got it, and I told you last night that I did fall asleep. But again, I wasn't well at the time when I was watching it.
I know you weren't.
But
that's that's understandable. I watched it straight away as soon as you sent the link over to me, and honestly, that was right up my street.
Once you get in, you're fucking in, and the proper hooks you. It's kind of like, did you watch The Vanishing a little while ago with Gerard Butler and what's his face, Peter Mullen, about the lighthouse, the three guys that looked after the lighthouse?
No.
It was a little bit like that, but like totally, completely different in a way. It's just sort of the atmospheric sort of thriller kind of theme running throughout.
Most things with Peter Mullen in it.
Peter, I'm not gonna lie, I like Gerard Butler, but I don't watch a movie for Gerard Butler. When I saw Peter Mullen was in it, I watched a movie for Peter Mullen. So there you go. That's how that works. But it kind of strikes a little bit like that, sort of the eeriness, like you're on a remote island and
it's atmospheric as hell.
Yeah, the music.
That's a proper 365
the music's great.
Yeah, it's spooky as balls in places. It's atmospheric as hell. It proper builds up the tension until you find out, which is really, really, it's the reveal of what happened. It's kind of drip fed to you until you actually find out exactly what happened to fuck the island up. And it's superbly well done.
I recommend the balls out of this film. I really do. It's one like Chris says. I think you can get it on Apple Play or Apple TV or whatever it is, Amazon Prime or something like that. You can get a hold of it. Please do give it a watch. The guys did a fantastic job. I believe it's a husband and wife duo that directed and wrote. Yeah, that's not a word. That's not a word. And I'm pretty sure the daughter, Varys' daughter, is the wife of the duo as well. So she's pretty fucking good because she's got some absolute acting balls on her. Really, really impressed with her in this film. But the film is just a cracking little movie, and like I say, I may have failed to watch it that first time, but once you actually get into it, it fucking hooks you, like. And the scenes towards the end, and I don't want to say it's better than it has any right to be, but given the rest of the movie, and the movie is a pretty decent polished movie all the way through, but the scenes towards the end, I'm sitting there going, that's fucking epic, like, that is just brilliant.
When bit, you mean?
Basically when he's trying to leave.
Aye.
Like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, yeah, like, amazing. Like, really, really good scenes, and they've done it really well, and then you get some just fantastic twists and turns along the way, and yeah, you should definitely check out The Isle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when we are up and running properly again, as we hope to be going forward.
After the Ebola.
Yep, we'll definitely have those guys on to talk about this movie and any future projects that they have, because they sold me on this one.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. If we were Hobie and we were buying and selling stock, would we be buying the stock in this?
Oh, I don't think we should lower ourselves to that, to be honest.
Fuck Hobie.
Feel a bit sick.
But yeah.
Although, tangent, good luck to Hobie this weekend.
What's happening this weekend?
Because it is the Cincinnati Comic Expo, I believe, this weekend. We are not going to be there, alas.
I'm not talking about it because we're not there.
But Hobie are hosting a quiz. A big fancy schmancy quiz. They've not attempted to do a live feed to the UK, so fuck them.
They're not doing a simulcast?
No! But yeah, good luck to the guys. They are on the main stage and they are doing a quiz, and I bet they are shitting themselves.
I'm gonna put money on Jason falling over.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I'll also put money on Blake not being there.
Blake won't be there.
No.
Jeff will be wearing a Vikings hat.
As you do.
And drinking beer from his Viking hat.
Mm-hmm.
Scab Jeff will be stealing llamas.
I think it'll be sheeps.
Sheeps this year. Yeah. He's upgrading to sheeps. Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice.
But yeah, good luck to the Hobie guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that was The Isle. Give it a watch and stay tuned for hopefully an talk with the guys.
Yeah, definitely. And whatever happens with Neil's short movie Cooked, if you have a chance to watch it, you should definitely watch it. It's a good little piece.
Neil did tell me that the director of that is currently trying to get funding for a feature
of that.
Or not of that, of another short that they did.
Okay.
I think he said they made it about 5 years ago.
Nice.
And I watched it last night.
Yes?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Neil good in it?
Bleak as fuck.
We like Bleak.
Yeah.
We like Bleak and we like British.
I did say it'll make Tyrannosaur look like Disney.
What is it with Neil and these fucked up things? He's good though. He is good.
Oh yeah, he's bloody good.
I did get the sense, because like I know he's a big Tom Hardy fan. We've spoken about it quite a few times because, you know, as am I. And I did get the sense when watching Cook, like he's channeling a little bit of Tom Hardy in there.
Who wouldn't?
Well, I would channel a lot of him inside me.
I know. Okay, let's move on.
I actually, I recently was watching all his scenes from Peaky Blinders. There's a video on YouTube that is literally all Tom Hardy's scenes in Peaky Blinders.
Right.
So I just watched that video because, let's be honest, it's the best parts of Peaky Blinders. But that scene when he confronts him and he's kind of like, "You've crossed the line, Alfie." And he's like, "What fucking line have I crossed?" And he's like roaring, and he's just so fucking good there.
My favourite scene is, I think it's middle of season 2, I think. And they've got the Peaky Blinders down in London.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got like Arthur and a few of the other guys across the table from him. And
yeah.
they bring the goat out.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's going, we're going to fucking sacrifice the goat, is he? And you know what we've called him? Tommy Shelby.
I'm not sure they said, is it?
Sure he did.
Okay, let's crack on. So what do you want to go on to next?
Well, we do just the pilot.
Let's do it. So,
we'll get you back to your regularly scheduled podcast in just a minute. But we wanted to introduce ourselves. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake on this highly produced advertisement.
That's right. It's the History of Bad Ideas, a.k.a. Hobie. You can find us on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast and on Facebook at the History of Bad Ideas. But if you like a podcast, roundtable with 3 to 5 guests, usually every week, depending on sick leave, talking about all things geek, including movies, TV.
I ain't getting paid for this shit.
Blake bitching about something and ranting, and comic books and anything else that we can think of. We have a top 5 list every week, along with a box office news, and somehow we have listeners, so they send us some feedback we answer every week. You can find us on iTunes,
Stitcher,
Facebook,
Spotify,
and any good podcast app, because if you can't find us on that podcast app, it's not a good podcast app.
Damn straight. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Let's just go straight fucking into it.
So, Brassic.
Yeah.
I gather you did not get on with this.
Sky One original. Joseph Gilgun, as I noticed he was credited as. We just normally call him Joe because we're good pals.
Or Joe Boy.
Or Joe Boy, or Woody.
J. Biddy.
J. Biddy? No, we don't call him that. So Joseph Gilgun, star of Preacher, a TV show Preacher, This Is England, Eli Dingle from Emmerdale at one time. Yeah, back in the day. And he created this and wrote this and stars in it.
He wrote it, did you say?
Yeah. I think he co-writes and co-created and whatnot.
You know who was good to see was, did you ever watch Being Human?
No.
The guy who plays his best mate.
Yes, Dylan, yeah.
Yeah. He was in Being Human season 4,
All right.
And he is actually underrated as fuck.
See,
he's a solid British actor. He's been in, he is in Game Face with Roisin Connerty.
Right.
Which is actually fucking really good. But he should be in more.
I'll be completely honest. Unlike most things, when we watch just the pilot, we tend to watch 2 or 3 of them. This one, I did watch just the pilot. Not because I didn't like it. Whenever I see Joe Gilgun, we both know I'm a massive fan of the guy, huge fan of him. There's only one person on this planet I like probably a little bit more than him,
Vicky McClure.
and it's Vicky McClure. And together they're just fucking dynamite, the two of them. But whenever I watch something with him, whether it's a movie or a TV show, I always tend to finish it and just want to watch the next part, like the next episode, or watch another Joe Gilgun movie. I know he's not done many, but I always want to watch something else with him in it. And I finished Brassic, the first episode, and you know how it comes up, watch next episode now. I just didn't click it. And that's not like me for Joe. Like when it comes to a Gilgun project, I'm normally straight on to the next one. I just wasn't really feeling it.
Okay.
And I have a theory on why I wasn't really feeling it, but I'll not talk about that on the podcast. I'm pretty sure you could probably guess why. But his character just wasn't vibing for me. I wasn't with it. Everyone else in the show I thought was pretty interesting, and the Pikey lad, I genuinely wanted to see more of him. I was like, that's a pretty different character that you don't get to see very often. Let's travel down that path. Michelle Keegan, yeah, saw her name in the opening credits, and I was kind of like, oh fucking hell, Michelle Keegan, like what the fuck, like.
But she's an actress. She's she did that. I want to say Argylle.
Yeah, the army one.
I never watched it.
It was Argylle, yeah.
But she did.
She got a lot of acclaim for that. She got a lot of love for that. But she's just not been. She's not been a kind of one of those actresses that I go out of my way to watch. Mm-hmm. So when I saw her name pop up, I was kind of like, okay, well that's what we're in for. And to be fair, she actually pleasantly surprised me. She was pretty decent in it. It just didn't grab me by the testicles, which is a problem for a Joe Gilgun project. I wanted it to just take me.
I don't think that it's the kind of thing that does, though.
No.
I think that you were wanting it to be This Is England because it's Joe
100%.
Joe Gilgun.
100%.
And
I'm not even going to lie about that either.
It's a light comedy.
But as I said before, This Is England's probably funnier. Unintentionally funnier, but funnier.
I wasn't quite sure what to expect going in watching it. I just saw Joe Gilgun and the guy from Being Human.
Yeah.
I thought, fucking right. But, yeah, I think that you were wanting it to be This Is England.
Yeah.
And as I said before we started recording, it has vibes of that.
Yeah, they're going for it. They are trying.
They are, it's guys who are going, at the very fucking opening scene is they do a bloody train spot and fucking, choose life, fucking, all that shit.
I'm going to be honest with you. That instantly put me on the back foot. That whole little speech.
Like, fuck all those middle class fucks and, and...
Because
and
then going forward, it's not that show.
Mm-hmm.
That it doesn't follow that theme, really, to be honest.
It might do.
Going forward, it might.
From the first episode, which is what we're going by,
yeah,
it didn't really follow that.
It's quite disjointed.
And I was sat thinking of This Is England.
Yeah.
I put episode 2 on. I was watching it as you came in earlier on. I think that it has got legs. I will keep on watching it because of the characters.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell they're going with this whole, like, they're doing a thing where, you don't want to make enemies of this guy and all that because he stole a fucking horse or mini horse or whatever. A Shetland pony.
Shetland pony.
I think that it has got legs. I think that there were a few funny scenes in it with some of the characters, like the side characters, more so than the main characters.
I don't think his character's supposed to be funny. I think you're supposed to be weirdly sorry for him.
Well, they're doing in both episode 1 and episode 2, they're doing like split-second flashbacks to him as a kid.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's what was making me think of This Is England.
And like, left field references to suicide. Like, in the middle of a conversation that doesn't really have anything to do with anything, he throws out, I think he's going to kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sat there going, what the fuck? Like, what kind of... You can't... Fair enough, that might be part of your character development for that character or whatever, but you can't randomly throw suicide lines into this dialogue. Like, I'm having chips for tea, and he's going to kill himself. Like, what? That's
anyway,
some Tommy...
the doctors told me I've definitely got breast cancer.
That's some Tommy Wiseau style writing. Like, but like, I'm just sitting there, and I don't mind them tackling that issue with that character because you can tell that it's clearly there. Like, they play with it right at the start of the episode, but they're clearly dealing with that. But be a little bit more tactful about when you bring it up. It's like, she's pissed off at him because he's left the house, so he tells her that his mate's going to kill himself. And I'm just sitting there going, no, that conversation wasn't at all about that, and it wasn't even ever going to get there.
And that is a conversation that would never happen.
Yeah. It was just little bits and pieces like that.
I see what you mean.
I could maybe, because it's Joe Gilgun, I'll maybe give it another episode and see what happens. But even like the introduction of his dad, 3/4 of the way through the episode, had no relevance to anything. He just turned up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay.
And then he fucked off again.
Fair enough. You need to.
He's not in episode 2.
Is he not in episode? Oh,
no.
God. Brilliant.
It is a little bit. It's a little bit muddle at the minute.
It's got pacing issues.
Maybe it might come together towards the end of the first series. I don't know, but I am going to keep on watching it.
Good man. Let me know how it gets on, because I know somebody who absolutely raved about it.
Right.
And she was like, sat down to watch the first episode, and before she knew it, she'd watched all 6. And I'm just like, I just did not get that feeling where I'm like, right, I'm going to go straight on to the next one.
No. I'm not quite there, but I will keep watching it.
One of my favourite character from the show from the first episode. The Jippo lad's class. He is class. But I really like the friend who owns the sex dungeon.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you now, right? Obviously, this is England making comparisons. That role was meant to be Michael Sosha's role. Because I could see him playing that like a fucking trooper. I was just sitting there, and that's all I could think of. I was like, Michael Sosha should be playing that role.
Because he should be. And everything.
Or, the two lads who hang about with each other, Iggy and what's his name? And they pull up on the mopeds, and he's like, engines off! He'd have been perfect in that role as well. Wow. Anna. What can I say? Perfect casting for me.
Would you like to know what we're going to be watching next?
Go on, then.
Okay, so...
Let me know of
It's
it.
a BBC conspiracy thriller.
Great.
It's not EastEnders. It's called The Capture.
Okay, never heard of it.
It's only... it's like 2 weeks in.
Mm-hmm.
So it delves into the world of fake news and examines the power of the intelligence services.
So it's based on real life.
It stars Holliday Granger, Callum Turner, Ron Perlman, Famke Janssen.
Okay.
Yeah, thingy. Ben Miles.
Okay.
And Ralph Ineson.
Ooh.
Bloody good rep.
Bloody good rep.
Yeah. So The Capture on BBC.
Have you seen the trailers for this other one with Russell Crowe? He's playing like a president type role. Me and Lindsay caught a trailer. Yeah, we caught a trailer for it, and he's playing like, I think it's like a president, but he's like fat, like he's got massive face.
Yeah, but Russell Crowe's always done that.
Yeah,
beefed up for roles.
He's good. He's good at that. But like, I've never heard anything about it. I've never read anything about it. And it was on Now TV when I was watching Brassic. Literally, the trailer came on.
Speaking of like tangent again, there is a new Brad Pitt movie coming out called Ad Astra. I'd never heard of this
Looks good.
until Paul told me about it the other night, and I watched the trailer, and I was like, "Fucking hell!"
Looks very good. Very un-Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I'm up for that movie.
I'm up for anything Brad Pitt does that is un-Brad Pitt. I'll watch it because that's when he's sort of
World War Z.
Yeah, it's when he's at his best.
World War Z. I'm not going to call that wank. So The Capture is what we're watching next.
Which is Berwick slang for a woman.
It is.
Hey, The Capture.
Sure.
Is that what it's going to be about?
Aye.
Okay.
It's set in bedrocks.
Oh, God, no, please, no. So,
I'm going to get another can of Mariners.
Go for it.
Before we talk about what we've been watching.
So we've just been and demolished a cake, and it's time to go on to what have we been watching, which is like a decade's worth of movies and TV shows, by the way.
Well, it's like
4 decades.
No, 4 movies.
Oh, that's cool.
I've not got a great deal like it's.
Well,
I used to be really, really good at, like, if I've been watching something that I've enjoyed, I've noted it on my phone, but I've kind of just stopped doing it.
See, I can completely relate to that. However, it was Fright Fest last month, so I got sent loads of films.
Yeah, and then you sent me. No, you didn't.
What?
You were going to send me a film with that guy in it.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I totally remember I was going to send you that one.
Yeah.
Probably why I forgot. Dick.
Wank.
So yeah, we're going to go on to what have we been watching lately? What have you been watching for me lately?
Shut up.
Remember that song? What have you done for me lately?
Nope.
So yeah, we're going to go on to that.
You've heard others, but nothing could prepare you for the shameful stupidity that is the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Witness the hubris as they claim to be the world's authority on comic book movies.
Who said that?
Never said that. We've never said that.
Who cares? A jock said that.
Comic book, TV, movie reviews, news, and whatever they choose. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. The Jock and Nerd Podcast. Seriously, people really listen to this.
Jock and Nerd!
This is the section of the podcast where it does what it says on the tin. We talk about the movies that we have been watching and TV shows and games and music and whatever the fuck. We've never done music, but whatever the fuck. And we tell you if you should watch it or not and why not. So, Chris, would you like to begin?
I would.
Go for it then.
This is on Netflix.
Damn!
It's a Brit flick. I know. It's from 2018.
Damn.
Thank you very much. It's called Await Further Instructions.
I feel like I remember this one.
Yeah. Have you seen it? It has got David Bradley, Grant Masters, Abigail Cruttenden, Sam Gittis, Chris Sadler, Ollie Weston.
So nobody.
David Bradley, fuck you.
It's a bunch of names I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, so, like I say, it's a Brit flick,
Mm-hmm.
and I've just realised it's got 4.7 out of 10, which is fucking bullshit. So, it is set at Christmas, kind of like the estranged son comes back with his girlfriend to the family home for Christmas. They've not spoken in like about a year. And so his dad's a prick. His mother's just trying to make do. His granddad is David Bradley, who's an absolute bastard.
Yeah. Which one's David Bradley again? Harry Potter.
David Bradley is
Filch.
Yeah.
Oh, they are in trouble. That one. That was a good fucking impression, and you know it.
You've done better.
I have. It's more like Harry Potter. Oh, we are in trouble.
Stop that.
That was just rapey. Sorry.
That was rapey.
Yeah.
His sister's an arsehole, and her boyfriend / husband is also an arsehole.
Oh.
Yeah. So good times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas.
So it's basically like an episode of Gavin and Stacey. They all fall out. His new girlfriend is she's Asian, and or Indian, or that sort of thing.
One of them.
Yeah. not that one. The other one.
Okay.
Yep. That was an Office reference. And fuck off.
Not slant emo.
Anyone who's going to get up a day about that, fuck off. Yeah. So his new girlfriend is Indian. And so on the news, there's been like a bunch of attacks around the UK. There's one that's happened just like sort of down the road from them at like the shopping centre or what have you. And so the family are all going, just basically a load of sort of Nigel Farage bloody
I'm in
bullshit. I know you would.
I'm fucking in.
So they're kind of being all racist and that.
Is it like a British Get Out, but
the
better?
boyfriend stands up for her and everything, and they fall out and everything. The mother tries to calm them all down, and then they all go to bed. When they wake up on Christmas morning, the house has been basically boarded up.
Nice.
With like metal or like a really strong plastic or what have you. They can't get out. And on the TV in the corner it says, like, the TV's been hijacked, and it says, await further instructions.
I've not heard of this. This sounds really good.
It's
actually
fucking really, really good.
Yeah, it sounds
Gets
good.
a bit mental towards the end.
Yeah,
like, it's a lot
do.
mental towards the end.
They always do.
And so it's like a really fucking tense, enclosed, claustrophobic as fuck thriller.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to figure out what the hell's happening. Again, they all start like falling out in that. The dad tries to take control, but the granddad, like I say, is an arsehole.
Yeah.
And so they decide they're gonna have Christmas Day anyway.
Of course.
As you do. But David Bradley just ruins it for everyone because he really does play a good crotchety old fuck.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
Because he pretty much is one.
Pretty much is, yeah. But and then so they get different instructions in that they there's like a bunch of hypodermic needles drop down the chimney.
Nice.
And then it comes up on TV saying you need to vaccinate yourselves.
So it's like Christmas in Ashton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Instead of a paper round. Yeah, it goes on like that, and so like the stuff on the TV keeps changing and what have you, and the family is just basically imploding, and so they blame the outsider, as you do. They blame the Indian lass because she's obviously one of them.
Just Indian.
So they kind of they like quarantine her, and honestly, it is so fucking good.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm gonna have a look for that, definitely.
As I say, it gets fucking bonkers at the end.
Yeah, they always do.
But it is really, really good.
I'm going to have a look for that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to.
Wait for other instructions.
I don't know how I haven't heard of that. I maybe have, but it's just.
I hadn't. I was in the mood for a cheeky horror film.
Yeah.
And I saw that. And David Bradley. I'll fucking watch anything with David Bradley in it.
He's pretty baller.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's what?
He's baller. He's awesome.
what?
He's awesome.
Are we The Rock now?
He's dope.
Don't be such a prick.
I would love to be The Rock.
I would love you to be The Rock as well.
Would I be a better co-host if I was The Rock?
No. Well, yeah, but yeah. So await further instructions. Brit horror, really fucking good.
Cool.
Oosh.
I'm going to stick with British because, as I said, it was Fright Fest like a month ago, and I did receive quite a few different links to movies to watch. One of those movies was a movie that is very dear to our hearts because we're in the motherfucker. Stairs premiered at Fright Fest.
Yeah.
The general movie-going public out there can't quite get a hold of this yet. I believe it's going to be like early next year, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. We're going to do Stairs as the featured review.
Yeah.
But
no, you're right. It
you
should
can't
be.
tell anyone anything.
It's got to be a featured review of a movie that they can get,
especially about Stairs, because what do you actually say?
Well, no, but we
are
got
really
it through.
Fucking good in it, especially
we are a baller in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally got a chance to watch the movie. The movie, I know I can't really say too much about it, but I am just gonna say it's fucking great. Now, I am probably one of the most biased people out there, as maybe you are, because we do love Tom Payton movies.
We do.
We love the Tom Payton verse. Which
I like that.
Apparently,
is that a thing?
Apparently, get this. So I wrote a review on the website, and I used the phrase Payton verse, right? Thinking surely somebody's used that out there somewhere, because Tom's such a
Buffy fan,
a rogue. So I'm like, surely somebody's used this somewhere, and he sent us a Twitter to 365FlixPod on Twitter, by the way, saying, "Do you now get a pound every time somebody uses the phrase Payton verse?" And I messaged him back. I was like, I'm sure somebody else has coined that phrase before. However, I would love a pound every time somebody uses that phrase. So apparently, I started Payton verse.
Nice.
And I'll take it. Very much take it.
See, if Tom's listening, that means you're up there with Joss Whedon now.
Yeah, Whedon verse,
Joss
Payton
Whedon's
verse.
got a verse.
Yep.
And Tom Payton's got a verse.
Yep. And Mike Beckingham is the best thing in one of them. Well, he's good though. He's good. We like him. We do like him. But yeah, Stairs premiered at Fright Fest this year. It looked like they had a fucking great time. Elena was there. Elena, sorry. Toby was there. Obviously, Toby in the shit out of the red carpet, as only Toby can. You know, yeah. I love the guy. Everybody seemed to be there. Sam was there. Tom, obviously. George. Looked like they had an absolutely amazing time. From what I've read and from what I've heard, some of the reviews that came out from Fright Fest, everybody just unanimously loved the movie. And I'm not surprised, because pulling the curtain back a little bit, a few months back, I hope Tom's alright with us saying this, but we got sort of a work print version of the movie. It wasn't quite finished yet, but he let us see like a cheeky little early version. And even then, I thought it looked pretty damn good. Like, it was graded to a point, but I thought it looked really fucking, like, I can't wait to see what this finished product was. And the finished product's just even better. Just even better. And we did a lot of interviews before the movie coming up and premiere and all that, everybody talking and everything. And Spencer, when he came on, I haven't actually released the episode yet. I need to release that episode. He's probably going to be like, you haven't fucking released it yet, you pricks. But
is he Australian?
Could be. But obviously things with my health and that, just so things have gone to the side a little bit. But that episode is coming, and he mentions a scene in the movie that he kind of had to go to a place when filming, and it took him elsewhere, because obviously he's ex-military, and sort of what the scene was sort of struck home to him. And my God, when I watched that after having spoken to him about it, and I was kind of looking out for Spencer getting some moments, and after having that chat and then watching the movie, he's a standout in that flick for me. He's an absolute standout, considering he's more the technical guy. He's the stuntman, choreographer, and all that. And I think this is like the first time he's really stepped into the limelight. Sort of, obviously he's not a leading role, but he's got a big role in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He is a standout in that film, and I'm tip my hat to the guy. And when I wrote the review, I had a little paragraph to him, kind of things, just basically saying that he kind of stole a couple of scenes for me. Yeah, he's fucking good in it. I mean, everybody's good in it, and even Shane Ward. We were going down there to the set of this thing like, yeah, so Shane Ward from Coronation Street and X Factor going to be in this movie. What are we expecting? And we didn't get what we expected. I didn't
know. The first scene that we saw being filmed was in the back of the van at one point in the movie, and even watching Tom watching the film being shot, it was like, this is not what we were expecting.
And we've had this a couple of times with Tom. We when we've been, because we went down to see Black Site, and when Sam filmed that scene with Bentley, and Tom just kind of looked over. I can't remember who he looked over at, but he sort of like looked over at. Was it George?
George had the camera, so I think it was. They were just like nodding at each other. Yeah,
just looked at each other as if to say, "Fuck, we fucking got something there." Like, and it was interesting because I kind of stopped watching the scene being filmed, and I was kind of just watching Tom watching the screen, because you could see like, this is a guy who knows he's fucking nailing it right now, and obviously Sam's the one doing the acting, but Tom knew he had it, and he had it. And then you kind of got the same thing when we went to Stairs. We've been quite lucky to get days like that, and you know, thanks to the guy for that. Like, but when Stairs is out, when it hits the screens, when it hits if it goes to the big screen or DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, you're gonna have to get it, because it is pretty fucking good for a low budget independent Brit movie. It's top of the pops for me. Like, so I just thought it was great, and Toby,
bless him.
He's just so beautiful.
Oh, Jesus.
But everybody in it, Elena's fantastic in it, Bentley's fantastic in it. It's good to see Bentley and Sam again. Sort of, they have this really, really amazing chemistry, and it's just sort of like, you just feel like whatever characters Bentley's playing just wants to protect Sam's character, like a big brother. Like, I'm just going to make sure she's okay, and I don't know if it's a conscious thing every time, but it just comes across that way. I mean, it's one of the things I love about it. But yeah, so what have you been watching?
Yeah. So this is not British.
Oh, bastard.
This is American.
Oh, bastard.
It is a sequel to a film that probably not very many people have seen. The film is 47 Meters Down.
Oh, is this a shark thing?
Sharks.
Shark. You do love a good shark movie.
It's not as good as The Shallows, but there you go.
Is it as good as the Megalodon?
The Meg.
The Megalodon.
The Meg. Anyway, so it's a sequel to 47 Meters Down, where 47 Meters Down is two Moroccan tourists they're doing a shark dive in a cage, and the cage gets dropped to the ocean floor, and there's some sharks.
And then they realise that it's a trap.
It wasn't a trap. I
can't do that.
No, you can't. So this is 47 Meters Down Uncaged.
Ooh. So they're not in the cage this time?
They are not in the cage.
Wowzers.
No. It's not the same people. That would be a hell of a coincidence. So this one is it's a kind of, it's like your typical sort of like horror movie type thing where, you know, it's like faceless teenagers get caught up in a thing, and so it's a bunch of girls. A situation. One of them is being bullied. One of them's got angst. I know.
Dawson's Creek.
One of them's a bit of a bitch. One of them is she's sort of taking control, and then the other ones don't do what they're told. For fuck's sake.
Arseholes.
I know.
And they're the ones that live.
So, no, they pretty much... Anyway, so this one is, they go diving. Because it's got to be underwater, obviously. Yeah.
Sharks.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not Sharknado. That would be ridiculous. So they go diving in an underwater Mayan pyramid.
Okay. You're losing me.
You know, the Mayans.
Is it not the Mayans? Isn't it called the Mayans?
The Mayans?
I don't think anybody says Mayans.
I think it's the Mayans.
I don't think it is.
I think it's the Mayans.
I think it's the Mayans.
So they're an underwater Mayan pyramid.
Mayan.
And so at the start of the movie, the main character's dad, he is like an archaeologist who specializes in the Mayans.
The Mayans.
And so he happens to mention while they're all having dinner
about the Mayans.
About the Mayans.
Mayans.
That this is stairs again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stairs.
It's definitely Mayans.
Stairs. I think it's Mayans.
Don't think anybody says Mayans.
I think it's Mayans.
It's written like Mayans, but it's definitely Mayans.
I think it's the Mayans.
Nah.
So it's the Mayans.
I think people out there listening to this are going to be like, who the fuck is he? Mayans.
The Mayans.
Nah.
Anyway.
Mayans.
And so he happens to mention about a great white shark that got stuck in the catacombs of the Mayan pyramid. And so they're all going diving and that. And
find the shark.
So they're in the
So do they actually go down there to find the shark?
No, just have a look.
Right.
Yep. Because they're kind of they're wanting to open it up to tourists because it's all Mayan and that. Right. So they're in like the entrancey bit, which is nice and safe. Someone goes tits up, as you know, that's what it says in the tin.
Yeah.
They get stuck in the Mayan pyramid, and then there's the shark.
Nice.
That comes after them and that. Yeah. Okay. So it's there's some good jump scares in it. For the most part, it's very, very dark. I couldn't really see a hell of a lot of what was going on. The first movie's better. The actors don't do a particularly great job. The shark looked okay. The sets looked alright.
The Mayan temple set.
The main temple. I think it's Mayan now.
Yeah, it's definitely Mayan.
I think it's Mayan though.
Fuck off! It's not fucking Mayan. Fuck off. Stop it.
It's the Mayans.
You're doing it on purpose now.
Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It was okay. It was all right. I was kind of a little bit hungover. Didn't want to pay a great deal of attention to it.
It's probably why you thought they were saying Mayan.
There was some good shark action.
Is there a megalodon?
It was blind. Bless it.
Oh,
because it was all dark and
that's different.
Yeah.
Did it have a stick?
So it was like one of them went, "Don't move. They can't see if they don't move." They didn't say that. But they may as well have done. But then I thought, fuck you, you're not Alan Grant.
I'm not going to give that one a go.
I wouldn't bother, honestly. The first one is serviceable. It's quite tense in places, the first one, because they go all loopy with the carbon monoxide poisoning.
Thing is, you ruined me with The Shallows, because that movie was 10 times better than it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, when I put that on, I thought it was going to be, like, Blake Lively, trying to hold the movie up by herself. I was like, this isn't going to work. This is going to be fucking atrocious. And it's really fucking good.
It is really good. And she should have been Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have taken anybody over Brie Larson, to be fair. No.
Yeah, so 47 meters down, uncaged. It was alright, in a way.
Yeah.
The shack looked pretty good. And it's Mayans.
It's not.
Go.
Yeah, so, right. We have a section on our show called the 0%ers that we bring back every now and then. I watched a movie.
You're resisting it.
I am resisting
I want
it.
to bring it back for this episode.
I thought this was a 0%er, so I was going to get you to watch this as well. Because, boy, did I have a fucking ball watching this movie. So, this movie is called The Fanatic. Starring one John Travolta. And obviously we know now John Travolta He's pretty much straight to DVD now.
It's like Nick Cage.
Yeah, he's Nick Cage. He's not. His movies aren't hitting the big screen. But this movie was also directed by one Fred Durst, the
Chocolate Starfish guy,
the front man from Limp Bizkit.
Wow.
So I'm sitting there and I was like, Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit. I remember Limp Bizkit. I fucking love Limp Bizkit back in the day. John Travolta. He's not exactly in the twilight of his career yet. He's still putting in roles, not great ones, but he's putting in roles. And The Fanatic, holy shitballs, I fucking love this movie. Not for any good reasons. It's just so awful that it's The Room type awful.
Wow.
Better production value to it. There's actually a storyline, so there's a script. But it's so fucking bad. And the one thing that kept me watching this movie, the one thing that kept me going right through this film, is John Travolta. He's not exactly known for being method. He puts himself into the roles, but he's not known for being method. He fucking goes all in on this movie. Like, I fully believe Fred Durst came to him with this script and he read it and he thought it was the best thing he's ever read in his life, and he's like, I'm going to play this role, but not only am I going to play this role, I'm going to be this role.
And then I'll be back.
Yeah, and I'll be back, and I'll make it, and I'm back, baby. So he plays a character called the Moose.
Fuck me.
And the Moose is like a talent sort of actor on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So he pretends to be an English Bobby some nights. He pretends to be other things and all that. And he acts.
He's a cosplayer, basically.
He's a cosplayer on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, right, outside the Chinese theater and all that. But other than that, and like apart from that, he likes to chase down celebrities, as in have autographs, get them to autograph things for them. He's just a celebrity hunter, but like not like a stalker. He loves their work. He's a massive movie fan. He's a fanatic. He's just a total movie fan, movie buff. And when he gets a chance to bump into a celebrity, he'll go out of his way to make it happen so that he can get their autograph. He's horrendously socially awkward to the point where he's almost half a retard, to be fair. He gets to meet one of his like idols of the big screen, but the guy's a bit of a dick to him. So it turns into kind of... Did you ever see The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes?
I was trying to think of what that... Because I actually fucking love that movie.
It's a great movie. This movie is not that movie.
I was trying to bloody think of what it was called, and it makes sense.
This movie is not that movie, by the way. That movie is a great movie. So like he meets this actor who's like a big time actor. And he's a bit of a dick to him. He's not very happy, so he decides he's going to write him a letter. So he writes him a letter, and then he decides he's going to find out where the guy lives, and he's going to deliver the letter personally. At this point, he turns into a little bit of a stalker, but like he refuses to be known as a stalker. And yeah, the movie kind of goes the way you would expect it to go from that point. Everything gets a little bit sinister. He becomes a bit of a fucking weirdo, although he kind of already was. The actor isn't too keen on him, admittedly, like, understandably, really. And then, I'm not going to say too much else, but it just goes on a downward spiral from there. Yeah, this is not a good movie. But if you want to have a shut your brain off movie and a bit of a laugh at what you're watching because it's so fucking terrible, this is that movie for you. I was genuinely shocked this didn't get 0%. Genuinely shocked. Because I'm sitting there thinking, Fred Durst is clearly not a director. And I think he may have wrote it. I'm not sure if he did write it, but if he did, he's clearly not a writer either. I mean, his music speaks volumes to his writing. But like, I couldn't stop watching it. And I think it's the fact that John Travolta clearly threw everything he had into this movie. Like, there's nothing left on the table. He just went all in on this. Like, he changed his look. He's got like, this creepy little fucking half a mullet type thing. He's a total just nerdy fanboy geek. Plays it really well, by the way. And just, yeah, I was just fascinated by the fact that John Travolta, at this stage of his career, when he's kind of winding down and he's not really doing anything of any real merit, he just thought, you know what, fuck it. This could be my comeback piece. I'm going for it. It's not his comeback piece, but boy, did he fucking go for it.
If he's going for it, I mean, surely it'll happen.
That's what impressed me though. Like, he clearly went all in.
Yeah.
He went all in. There's no other way you can say. Like, he wasn't like, I tend to think like some of the John Travolta movies that I've seen over the last couple of years that tend to be straight to DVD. He's like playing it quite safe, but he's still trying to be cool John Travolta. He's still trying to be that fucking the guy from Grease, even though he's like 60 and it doesn't really work anymore.
Nope.
He's still trying to exude some sort of sexual fucking confidence. And in this movie, he was like, fuck all that. I'm the moose. I'm a nerdy, sweaty, geeky fanboy with a shit mullet and fucking I'm wearing these stupid glasses. I'm socially awkward, and you know what? I'm going in. And he just went all in. And for the most part, I'm just sitting there like, I don't want to watch this, but I cannot stop watching what you're doing. This movie's terrible, but you have sucked me in. So, yeah, the Fanatic. If you get a chance to watch it, you totally should. If anything, for a laugh. Because it's fucking hilarious at points. It's not supposed to be, but it's pretty fucking funny.
Okay.
And the actor is one Devon Sawa from Final Destination, the first one. He played Stan in the Eminem video for Stan.
Oh, right, okay.
Looking old as fuck.
Well, he will do.
No, like, looking older than John Travolta, to be fair.
Shit.
Like, Lindsay was watching, like, she watched a little bit of it, and when he came on the screen, I was like, do you recognise him? And she was kind of like, I do, but I can't place him. And then when I told her, she was like, nah, he's too old. I'm like, nah, seriously, that's him. Old as fuck.
How long ago was Stan released?
Oh,
a while ago.
2001? 2000, must have been about 2000s. That's when Eminem was like super popular.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, the Fanatic, I don't really have any words for it. It's neither a recommend or a don't recommend. It's just middle of the road. You'll laugh your fucking ass off. But you know what? It's
sometimes you need those kinds of movies, though.
Yeah, it definitely came along when I needed it. But like, just him going all in on a role just tickled the fucking balls off me. I was just like, this is great. Go on, John Travolta. Just, you know what? Do more of these.
I'm sure he will.
Maybe just become a method actor and just like throw yourself into every fucking role.
You know, Daniel Day-Lewis is retired.
Yeah,
there's a space there.
Daniel Day-Lewis, he is not.
There's a space there. Get it going.
Imagine John Travolta won an Oscar. Like,
no. No, I will not. Yeah, so you are not going to like this, but my next movie that I'm going to talk about is Men in Black International.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I loved it.
I watched about 10-15 minutes of it.
I know you did. Yeah, so I had serious doubts going in. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it. But it's a really good laugh. It's just a Men in Black movie.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's it's like a sort of soft reboot in a way, although they do kind of reference the original movies in a way. But so it opens up in Men in Black America.
Yeah.
Emma Thompson, man. Emma Thompson is in it. Well,
why is she in it?
Very, very briefly.
Okay.
She's like, she's kind of like the Rip Torn type character.
Yeah.
And so Chris Hemsworth's character, Agent H, is sent to London because there's something wrong in Men in Black International. So yeah, it opens up where Chris Hemsworth and Liam Neeson's character are about to go into battle against these sort of squiggly Men in Blacky things. Liam Neeson's in it. Yes, he is.
I thought he was hot garbage. I thought nobody liked him anymore.
How dare you? Why?
Well, he is a bit of an old racist, isn't he?
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off with that bullshit. Just because, what was it? His friend got raped or something, and so they wanted to go and kill a black guy.
Yeah.
Just
not the one that did it though. Any one of them would have done.
All just calm down. So they'd all had a drink.
They had.
They had a rope that was going spare.
So they might as well.
The film proper opens up. They're about to go into battle with like a Men in Black squiggly thing. I think it's got, is it the Legion or fucking something generic like that? And then it kind of goes like sort of 5 years later or something. Yeah. So Tessa Thompson's character, who is Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yeah.
And she's fucking great, by the way.
Yeah. They're good together.
Yeah.
They are really good together.
I didn't actually put it together that she was Valkyrie until about halfway through the movie. So she comes out and she's like the Will Smith sort of character, like the newbie coming in. And she's had an experience when she was a kid, and she's desperate to get into Men in Black. She's like a fucking genius, and she's joined the police, and she's joined this, and she's joined this, all so that she can get an opportunity to get into the Men in Black.
Yeah.
And so that's what the movie is.
Yeah.
And so there's something afoot in Men in Black International, and then it goes into just like your typical Men in Black story, basically.
Yeah.
So Chris Hemsworth's character they keep making references to the fact that he's changed
right
after the battle.
The battle in New York?
No.
Oh.
And then there's Liam Neeson's character as well, who's kind of like in charge of Men in Black International. Rafe Spall, isn't it?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like Rafe Spall.
I thought you would like that, yeah. And it's just a nice Men in Black, it's got some nice funny moments in it. It's got some bloody stupid moments in it.
It looks like a bunch of fun. Don't take it too serious.
It is, yeah. That's what it is. It's a Men in Black movie. It's fun. It's not meant to be taken too fucking seriously. It's got a pretty good story overall. I wish I could remember the name of the alien fucking thing that's behind the whole story.
Squiggles.
The squiggly digglies. Dan Bush. That sounds pretty sinister to me.
It does. Squiggle bitch. Squiggle hole.
No, squiggly digglies.
Well, I'll go with that.
Done. And yeah, so that's the premise of the movie. Is someone's not right in Men in Black International, and then we are, as the audience, with Tessa Thompson's character, as she is trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
She's given because it's Men in Black. There's bloody gleep glops going about all over the place, and she's given the MacGuffin that's going to save the whole fucking thing. And it's you can't sit and tell someone the plot of a Men in Black movie.
So he's trying to explain what Stairs is about.
Yeah. So I would thoroughly recommend Men in Black International if you just want a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Someone you can hoy on, not take it too seriously, have a few laughs, and it looks pretty fucking good. I think they've put a decent bit of effort behind it. I would like to see more of the characters.
Yeah.
As well. Hopefully that's going to be a thing.
I read an interview with the two of them basically saying that they want to reboot every Buddy franchise with them two in it.
With Chris Hemsworth and Tessa.
They both said in an interview
they just rigs.
They just want to reboot everything with them as the stars because their chemistry and their working relationship is just so good.
I'm okay with that.
Which if I was his wife, I'd be a bit pissed off at that. Because Tessa Thompson's pretty fine, to be fair.
Who I don't know what Chris Hemsworth's wife looks like.
But she's no Tessa Thompson.
She might be just as tiny.
There's always Liam.
There is always Liam.
Is there not 8 of them or something? There's a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a Bill.
A Bill. Skarsgård. Pennywise.
Anyway, yeah, so that's Men in Black and Irish.
Well, from one Will Smith connected movie to an... Oh, did you see the Bad Boys trailer for the new one?
Nah.
Yeah, very little Martin Lawrence. And from the Martin Lawrence we did see in it, yeah. That
Because
man...
Martin Lawrence hasn't worked since Men in Black, fucking Bad Boys 2. So.
He's a big man now.
Is he? Okay.
You've got like all these glory shots of Will Smith, like holding the guns out, looking like Will Smith, and being all like, you know,
Michael Lowry.
Aye, and then you get the odd little shot of little. I'm just gonna say it, fat dumpy Martin Lawrence. He's definitely the comedy in that movie, I tell you. So yeah, but from one Will Smith sort of project, I took the girls to see a movie that I really didn't want to watch. Still don't want to watch. I would like that time back, please, Disney. Yeah, I saw Aladdin. Wow. That was an experience.
I read before they are developing Aladdin 2.
Oh, God. Why the fuck not, eh? I'm not going to say much about Aladdin. I'm only bringing it up because I went to see it with the girls. They enjoyed it. It's not good. It's not good. It's probably one of my least favourite Disney live action remakes, or whatever you want to call them. I mean, Will Smith is actually quite good as the genie. There's moments like when he first comes out of the lamp, he kind of tries to be a little bit like Robin Williams, and then he knocks that shit off quick smart, which I thought was a very good choice, because there's no point in trying to redo what Robin Williams did. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, I saw a clip of Will Smith doing that.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's doing, like, the bit where he comes out the thing and he's going, itty bitty living space, and it's like, oh, fuck off.
He does, when he first comes out, for the first, like, 5-10 minutes of the movie when Will Smith first appears, he does a little bit of Robin Williams, and then it gets cut off and he just starts doing his own thing, which I was really happy about. Like, to be honest, it doesn't make him good in the movie. He's still terrible in the movie. The movie is still terrible, but at least he didn't try and just recreate Robin Williams. He did his own thing, so fair play. They shoehorn a love story in for the genie, which just totally fucking threw me for 6. I was like, where's this going and why? Don't need this. But I think it's because they had Will Smith, so might as well have a love interest. Because he does spend most of the movie as Will Smith. Like, he spends, like, a fraction of the movie as a blue genie.
Alright.
Yeah. It's weird, but you just go with it after a while. It smacks of Guy Ritchie, which I never thought I was going to say in an Aladdin movie, but when he's running Rod Agrabah, it could have been the East End. Like, it could have very much been the East End. But it's not like...
Do they freeze it and then, like, tell you the character's name and all that kind of thing?
This is Aladdin. He's a bit of a cunt.
I would watch that.
100% I'm watching that movie. This is Jafar. He's the local rapist. I don't know, something like that.
He steals a guy's apple and he goes, "You slag!"
I'd watch that movie all day, every day. I wouldn't recommend Aladdin. It's not great. It's okay. It's passable. It's going to make money. It has made money. It's going to spawn a sequel.
If we're talking about an Aladdin 2, it must have made money.
It's Disney. Like, as long as they're making money, they're happy. They don't really care what they fucking pump out. There's nothing original about the story. I don't really think they deviated that much from the original concept. It just is what it is. The best thing I can say about the movie is the lass that plays Jasmine. They clearly went for somebody who could sing, because shit can she sing. Like, there's a few moments when Jasmine's getting like a little bit of a solo that I was actually sat there going, I'm actually quite invested in this character a little bit. And then the kid that plays Aladdin comes on and I'm like, oh, fuck this movie. Or Will Smith pops up and I'm like, fuck this movie, you know?
The guy that plays Jafar comes up and... Is Iago in it?
Iago's in it, but it's not Gilbert Gottfried, which pissed me off. Because surely you just get him to do the voice, but he doesn't really have like a voice. He's a parrot.
Also, like, Iago's not got a
he talks.
personality.
He talks, but just like a parrot would talk. Like, piece of meat.
What about Abu?
Abu's in it. Abu's cool. Not a great deal to do, but he's cool. Abu's cool. The big tiger's in it. Tiger's pretty cool.
Is it better than the fucking tiger in fucking Walking Fucking Dead?
Yeah. Jafar, the guy that played Jafar, clearly knew he was making a Disney movie and didn't give a fuck. He was just like, if I'm playing this role...
I'm getting a kitchen.
He's like, I'm getting a kitchen, but also if I'm playing this role for the next 6 months, I am playing this role. And he camps it up to fuck, and it's
well, that's what you need from Jafar, though.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good. Like, I didn't mind him. Probably one of the least obnoxious things in the movie. The most obnoxious being Will Smith.
Dear me.
Oh, he's terrible in it. He's terrible.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch that.
The main thing was this love interest kind of thing that they throw in there. Like, Jasmine's handmaid, the genie falls in love with her, and she falls in love with the genie. And I'm sitting there like, maybe I'm misremembering the cartoon, but that shit didn't fly. That didn't happen.
Apparently they did the same with, well, not quite the same, but with The Lion King.
Right.
They introduced a whole new sub-story with Nala.
Right.
Because I didn't realise that this was a thing, but apparently the cartoon was criticised because Nala was just there to be saved by Simba.
As she should be. The female character.
Well, there was no dishes to do, so...
Exactly.
You know...
What else you gonna do?
Hell.
Get off your soapbox.
But, yeah, so apparently they have introduced a whole side story with Nala. I'm not quite sure what it is, because I've not seen it yet. But then, if they don't do that, then they're just doing a shot-for-shot, line-for-line remake, and nobody wants to see that. So
the
yeah,
Lion
do
King
something...
From what I've read, The Lion King is exactly that.
I don't think it's exactly that, but I don't think it's far off.
Either way, I am watching it.
I'm going to watch The Lion King.
No, don't.
No, I'm going to.
Fine then, watch it.
Tell me what to do.
Don't watch it then, I don't care.
Fine.
See how, whatever.
I bloody well.
What have you been watching?
Crawl.
The Crocodilio one.
The Crocodilios, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar to 47... whatever.
Yeah.
There's no mains.
Oh.
But yeah, similar kind of thing. It's a storm, and her dad's a fucking Raven Alki, and so
aren't they all?
The island or whatever has been blocked off by the police, and so he's somewhere on the island during this big tropical storm.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes to find him because they can't get a hold of him to make sure he's okay. So she goes to she sneaks through the blockade to go into this storm-riddled island, and then things happen and stuff and things, and then it's a storm and there's flooding and all that, and then the alligators come for them. You know what? It's actually a decent little movie.
It's getting good reviews.
There are some fucking great like jump scare moments in it. Performances wise, I would say, yeah, you know what, they're all right. I'm being fucking way too harsh.
You're not expecting too much, though.
No.
And neither should you be.
It's the plot thing is like by the numbers. There's a storm. There's some flooding. She shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be there. Alligators.
Yeah.
Bitey.
Yeah.
Yep. But you know what, the CGI looks solid as hell. There are some good jump scares in it. Plot-wise, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Alligators run, don't get bitten.
It doesn't need to be
Someone
Citizen Kane.
Yeah. So, you know what? It does what it says on the tin. I actually had a really fucking good time watching it.
Good, man.
So I would recommend Crawl. It's a good watch. You know what? It's if you're in the mood for that kind of movie, like a fucking animal bitey kind of movie.
Which who isn't?
You can't go far wrong.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So Crawl. Give it a watch. I've only got one more to talk about.
They did a 4D showing of Crawl at Fright Fest. Friend of the show, Mark Zammett, went and watched it.
Right.
And I believe Toby and Elena.
4D?
Yeah. So, you know the 4DX experience that we did?
Oh, right.
With the water coming at you and shit. And they were handing out ponchos when people were going in. I was like, that's pretty cool. I kind of want to go and see it. Oh, Mark Zammit, by the way, his movie Homeless Ashes is playing at Raindance, the Raindance Film Festival, which is like a huge film festival in Britain. Homeless Ashes is playing there. So, yeah, shout out to Mark.
Good stuff.
It's doing good stuff over in America as well. It's getting put up for like loads of different awards on the independent film festival scene, stuff like that. It's doing really well. So, fair play as well, because it took him some time to make it. We've seen it, and so, give it some awards. What else have you got?
Right, I've got one more movie to talk about, and I believe you've seen this as well.
Is it Hobbs and Shaw?
I don't know if you've got anything else to talk about before we do this one. The only other one I've got to talk about is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay. So I watched like half an hour of Dark Phoenix, the X-Men movie. Yeah, don't watch that. It's fucking horrendous.
I'm not going to watch that.
Marvel really... It's a good job they didn't publicize that movie. They just let it go by.
Yeah.
But a movie I do want to talk about, just real quickly, it's another movie that I played at Fright Fest. Very low budget, independent Irish movie called A Good Woman Is Hard to Find. Brilliant. Really, really good film. I watched a couple of good films that came out of that festival, but A Good Woman is Hard to Find. It really kicked me square in the fucking stones. It's a nice little Irish film where you start off, you meet this woman. She's the main character. You meet her not long after her husband's been killed in a little bit of local gang sort of violence. You don't really know what the script is there, but she's dealing with him having just died. She's still quite young herself, and she's got 2 young kids. And the boy, the son, was with the dad when he got killed. So he's kind of like, he's pretty much mute now. So she's dealing with like the grieving. She's dealing with the kid not talking because the kid, whatever he saw, it was too much for him, kind of thing. And so she's kind of just trying to go through life and sort of sort things out. And then one night it cuts across town, and there's this young like Irish sort of rogue who's he's decided that he's going to steal these drugs from a local kingpin, and when he runs away, inadvertently ends up in her house, and he decides he's going to hide the drugs there because they'll not look there. So he like hides the drugs, runs away, comes back the next night, and he's kind of like, I want my drugs. He's like, give me my drugs and all that, and she's like, get out of my house. I don't want you here in my house. And he's like, give me the drugs, and she's like, get out of my house, you wee bastard, you wee cheeky bastard. And so they kind of, over a period of a couple of nights, they sort of strike a little bit of a deal where she doesn't want to do it. She's kind of forced into it, but it's where like he's going to hide the drugs there. He's going to come back and he's going to get some. He's going to sell them, and he's going to give her a little bit of a cut to keep her sweet. So she'll hide the drugs there, and they can both just crack on with lives. And they kind of start to form a little bit of a tenuous friendship. And then there's one night where she goes into the bathroom, and her son is basically found the drugs, and he's sitting in a pile of the drugs, and he might have taken something and everything. So she's freaking out and everything. Sort of helps him in that. And then obviously he turns up to get it, realizes it's all fucked up, and then it becomes a story about what a young mother will do for her kids.
All right, okay.
It's fucking such a good movie. Like, it blew my socks off, to be honest. Really well done for the budget. Like, it didn't have much of a budget to it, you can tell, but it's really well done. It's superbly done, in fact. She is outrageously good. I forgot what TV show she was in. She's been in a TV show. It's not one I've watched, but I remember hearing that she got a lot of acclaim for it. I know when she was younger, she was in a movie called In America, which is a Paddy Considine movie, which I just fell in love with that movie years ago when I first saw it. It's him, Samantha Morton, and him from Guardians of the Galaxy when he goes, "You might know me as Star-Lord," and he goes, "Who?"
Oh yeah.
He's in it. He's fantastic in it, by the way. But she was one of the kids in that, and funnily enough, when I was watching this movie, I instantly recognized her. Like, even though in that movie she's like 11, and now she's all like 30 odd or whatever. Like, I instantly recognised this lass. It was strange because I was, oh man, like, just something about her. But anyway, the movie is literally, it becomes like a sort of a kind of revenge sort of thing. How do you protect your kids? Like, what would you do? What wouldn't you do? How far would you go? Do you have it in you? And it becomes a bit of a tense kind of thriller sort of thing. It's just fucking brilliant movie. I was hugely impressed with it. And I think when it does come out on DVD or whatever, and you get a chance to see it on VOD, check it out. It's A Good Woman Is Hard to Find. I don't want to say too much about it, but her performance is just spot on. Like, I wrote a review about it, and I put up like her performance in that movie. I put her on par with like Jodie Foster in Panic Room, or Meg Ryan in The Brave. Was it the Brave or the Brave one?
That was Jodie Foster.
Yeah, and that's the one where she got raped, wasn't it? And then
she didn't get raped. She got beaten up to fucking her.
The husband got killed. Aye. So
and the dog got pinched.
I'd 100%. I would put this. It might be a bold statement.
One.
The Brave one. That was it.
Not the Brave. Yeah.
It may be a bit of a bold statement.
Is, Jason Momoa.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyway.
It might be a bit of a bold statement to be putting it on that level, but she's so fucking good in this film, and I was massively impressed. And I believe it's the movie that closed out Fright Fest, so they obviously enjoyed it.
And you got a screener for this?
I've got a screener. Yeah, I'll fire it over to you because I think you'll like this one. It doesn't necessarily follow the path you think it might, but
don't tell me that.
No, it's because some of these ones, especially the lower budget ones and stuff, they tend to follow a bit of a simple formula. This one, it threw me for six a little bit. I really enjoyed the film. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
It is great, and if you get a chance to check it out, 100% check it out. She's brilliant. So yeah. What are you watching?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Not yet. I'm dying to.
Right, I'm going to hold off then.
No. Talk about it. Tell me how it made you feel. Did it give you the tinglies?
No, I'm not going to do it without you watching it first.
I am going to watch it.
You will hold off until you've seen it.
Okay.
I'll talk about it.
I respect your decision to not review the movie. You obviously didn't like it.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Just tell me. I've been reading a lot of comments that it's sort of like a lot of comments say that the movie encapsulates Tarantino's whole career. Like, you can see Tarantino's whole career in this one movie. This is what I'm reading a lot of.
What I would say is the performances of Leo and Brad Pitt are just insanely good.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Right.
And the story of those two characters, so Leo's star is kind of on the fall, and he's trying to keep it going.
Yeah.
And there's a scene about maybe 2/3 of the way through the movie, where he nails it. He absolutely nails it, and he's not expecting to have done it. And holy fucking shit, Leo in that scene is incredible.
Leo is incredible though.
Like, incredible.
Yeah. Do you think there'll ever be a point where we're not surprised about saying that?
No.
Like, because
and that's not taking anything away from Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them together in this movie, they are fantastic. They really, really are. The bits where I am not going to say too much. The Sharon Tate stuff, is where it fell down for me. But that's all I'm going to say.
I think that from what I've read and from what I've, because I have read a few reviews and all that, but it kind of feels like And I might be talking out of turn because I haven't watched the movie, but from what I've read and from what people seem to be writing or saying in the video reviews and all that, is that storyline is there to set the time, is to let you know when this happened and the period it happened.
But it's Tarantino, he could have done that. He'd already done that before Sharon Tate was even on the screen.
Yeah.
And, oh man, I don't want to ruin it for you.
No. We'll come back to it.
We will come back to it. Just, you have got a fucking treat with stuff with Leo and Brad Pitt. They're fucking great together. They really, really are. Just the Sharon Tate stuff and the Charlie Manson stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it felt tacked on. It felt like it was added on at the end. Maybe it is to set the time periods. I don't think it needed it because it did it. Did it on its own, and the first fucking scene it did it.
Yeah. That's what Tarantino was good at.
Yeah. Tarantino doesn't need to do that fucking that shit.
You watch a Tarantino movie, like you say, within 10 minutes, you know when it's set.
For me, it felt like he had the ending of the movie decided.
Yeah.
And so that had to be in there.
Right.
But I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's all good. That's all good. What do you make of what people are saying about Leo right now? I've not really heard them saying about Brad Pitt, but a lot of people out there, reviewers and whatnot, seem to be thinking that Leo is kind of like the last of a dying breed in actor. He's sort of the last of the true Hollywood actor. Do you pay anything to that? Like, basically saying, like, he picks his roles very carefully, which he always has done. You know, like, probably since the Titanic days, he started actually picking his roles properly. But even then, before that, he was pretty choosy, I thought. He wasn't just making any old shite.
I don't know.
But, like, they're saying that he's sort of, like, he's not quite Daniel Day-Lewis, where he only comes out of retirement for, like, you know, the Oscar movie.
For Steven Spielberg movie.
But he's picking, like, the big, grand, epic roles where he knows he can get into it and he can become something else and transform. And they're saying, like, he's sort of the last of a dying breed of Hollywood great.
Possibly, I suppose. I don't necessarily think that he's the only... Like, he's the last of the actors that are choosing their roles.
No, I don't think he's
being
that.
Careful on that.
Christ, Tom Hardy chooses his roles.
I can see what they're saying, and how they're, you know, what they're saying about that with, you know, with all the superhero movies and all that kind of thing. And
let's be honest, you're never going to see Leo in a superhero movie.
I hope not. No.
Actually, you know what?
And like,
I'd love to see it.
If you know, if somebody has a fucking tax bill to pay, or like wants a bloody new house, then they'll do an MCU movie to pay for it. You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I suppose because those movies are there and they're probably not going anywhere anytime soon, then yeah, because of those types of movie, then probably yeah. But
how would you feel if you woke up tomorrow and it was all over the internet that Leonardo DiCaprio was going to play Lex Luthor in a new Superman movie?
Fuck, aye.
That'd be a surreal day. I'd want to see it.
I would want to see that.
But it'd be a surreal fucking day.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Leo treading the fucking boards in an MCU movie. Treading boards. Right, that's the last of any movies that I have to talk about. I do have a couple of little TV shows that I mentioned, and first and foremost, Netflix. I tip my hat. I salute you. You fucking brought me back to being a 10-year-old again. The Dark Crystal TV show is insane. Fucking sane. I've watched it, and then I've started watching it again. I'm like 3 episodes through it again on my second watch. I love it. All puppets. It's all puppets. It's all actors that I know voicing these puppets. Simon Pegg doing... At first I wasn't sure which one he was, and then I got into like the 3rd or 4th episode, and there was a line of dialogue that he said. I'm like, Simon Pegg. that's definitely him now. Mark Hamill, you're never gonna not place his voice. He's basically just sounds like Luke Skywalker doing the Joker. It's amazing. Ralph Ineson, bloody good rep. He's up in there. Taron Egerton, he's in there. Main character, which I was like, all right. But I'm not going to say too much about it because it's just a show about puppets. It pretty much follows semi what the original movie did, but it's like a prequel type thing, so you get a lot more of the mythology of the Dark Crystal. But essentially, it's a TV show about puppets, and it looks gorgeous. Like, I don't really think I have to say anything else. Story's fantastic, but for the most part, I was just sitting there like, you know what? We can do these physical puppet movies, and they can look amazing. They can look $1 million. Keep doing it. They're not gonna. But I love the Dark Crystal.
I'm pleased that they're doing it practical.
Yeah,
that's good.
There is a touch of CGI because I read somewhere that it was all 100% practical, and I'm sitting watching it and I'm thinking, no, it's not 100% practical. I'm sorry, it's not. Or maybe I'm just being too fucking, too choosy on stuff. But there's a few things that I've spotted that I'm like, you didn't do that. And if they did, fair play. But to me, I'm like, I think you maybe cheated there a little bit. But even then, I just love it. I think the story's
fun. That's good. I know you took umbrage to my text that night, but I never got away with the movie, the Dark Crystal movie or Willow. I just never got away with them, and because of that, I've got no real interest in seeing this.
That you know what it is like. That is completely cool. That is why TV shows are out there, movies are out there. That's why we do this podcast. We don't always agree on everything, as is evident from every conversation we have. But I don't know. Like, I loved it. It took me back.
Yeah,
it took me back.
Honestly, we spoke about He-Man, the Kevin Smith He-Man.
Exactly.
I grew up watching that shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping for from the Kevin Smith one. Might not be what I get, but that's what I'm hoping for.
Kevin Smith's just smoking too much fucking weed now. I don't know what he's doing. That Jay and Silent Bob reboot, I have no interest in seeing that. Even when they showed the trailer, I was like, okay, whatever. I might watch it when it hits Netflix, but that's the only way I'm watching it. I'm not going to go to any cinema to watch that film.
Think they'll get a cinema release?
Oh, it'll get one. It's a Legion M. They've funded it, and they'll give it a cinema release. It'll be a very small
Even
one.
in the UK?
Yeah, it'll be a small one, but it'll get one. Okay. But yeah, the Dark Crystal fully took me back to be. I would have preferred a Labyrinth TV show. I'm not gonna lie, Labyrinth was always more my jam. I loved it. But I'll take a Dark Crystal TV show, and like I say. Just sitting there placing like some of your all-time favorite actors on a puppet, I was kind of like, actually, when you kind of realize that, oh, holy shit, that's Luke Skywalker, and he's playing a Skeksis. It's just kind of like, oh, which means nothing to you, but
that means nothing to me.
It does to me. So yeah, Dark Crystal. If you want to give it a chance, give it a chance. It's epic, and it just, for the most part, it just looks beautiful. Puppets.
Good.
It's funny because when I try and sell it to people, they're like, well, sell it to me now. Puppets? What more do you want me to say?
If they did a Fraggle Rock one, I would watch that.
Oh, I'd watch the fuck out of that. Like a really dark Fraggle. Fraggle Rock was quite dark anyway.
It was. Well, they were always a ball hair away from getting eaten.
Yeah.
By the big Chewbacca looking fuck.
Yeah. I'd watch that.
I'm not going to talk about them. Mindhunter Season 2, 13 Reasons Why Season 3, Glow Season 3.
You know what, right? 2 seconds, pump the brakes on that shit. Fucking Season 3 of 13 Reasons Why. What a load of horse shit. Did you enjoy it? You finished it, haven't you?
I finished it. You didn't like the British Lassie, did you?
No. This is some next level backtracking bullshit on that show. That show, for a series that came out, in the first series, you had like fucking tense. It was always tense. You were on edge the whole time. you didn't really know what was going on the whole time, and then they give you that fucking death. They give you the rape in the hot tub, which was fucking holy shit. They gave you her fucking slitting her wrists, which Netflix, fuck you. They've gone back and shortened that scene now.
Really?
Because of all the grief they took. So they've shortened the scene so it's not as horrific now. Fuck you, Netflix. That's mental. And then you got that in the first series, which they threw you for 6 quite a few times, which was brilliant. It was ballsy. And then they got a load of grief. So they spend the second series building up to a high school shooting, totally fucking drop the ball, and just like, no, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Which fucking pissed me off.
I was telling Paul Trotter about season 2.
Mm.
He'd only watched season 1. And so I said, well, it's kind of building up towards that.
Yeah.
And then I explained why and what happens to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of said, well, it's really the only time you'll ever watch anything about a high school shooting where you go, you know what, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, that's what they should have done. But it is what they should have done.
But then, like, in season 3, they're making you, the viewer, fucking feel empathy for the big rapist fella.
This is what I mean.
And
Like,
it's, you know, it's like, okay, so you've told me that he was or is or was a fucking entitled fucking asshole rapist jock.
yeah. And then in season 3, we're supposed to feel sorry for him because he's an entitled asshole rapist jock.
But he feels really bad about it.
And what the fuck? I was kind of just... I've not watched the whole thing yet. I think we're on like episode 4 or 5. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, are you really now, after 2 seasons, trying to tell me he's the victim? Is this what you're telling me?
That's what it was going for.
I'm like, and then like you cop out on the high school shooting. You totally fucking cop out on that.
Well, I have to admit something. When the guy who got raped with the broom tells the main character
Clay.
Aye.
Yeah.
When he tells him what's happened.
Yeah.
Have you got that far?
No.
No? Yeah, I was crying like a little girl.
Aw, dude. Bitch.
I know. Fuck you.
But then did it not make you think, you know what, well, you should have shot them all up?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But
no, there is a moment in it where he tells Clay what happened.
I kind of feel like that's coming because
it is a nice little scene.
Right. And I'm just kind of losing the head with the show, and I'm just sitting there, and now Jessica's like a total fucking nymphomaniac, like she just wants to fuck everything that moves, and I'm like, so the girl who
no, she just wants to fuck the muscly fella.
Yeah, but the girl who for the last 2 seasons couldn't be touched by a man has all of a sudden gone like full fucking.
He must have a smashing big cock.
I would hope so, but I'm just sitting there and I'm like, do you even know what show you're writing anymore? Like,
nah, they're kind of going, what will we do this year?
Yeah.
We're doing all these disclaimers at the start. We've got to do something.
That's pissing me off as well. That's really pissing me off.
There's nothing in there now.
Nah, no, like I said,
that warrants that.
They've 100% lost the sack. They've totally lost their balls. They've got
and now they're going. Now at the start, they're going. If you need help, speak to a responsible adult, which is not what the fucking motherfucking cocksucking characters in the fucking show are doing.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all going, we've got to investigate this shit. Give me our fucking mystery machine.
And you know what?
Fuck you.
Clay's a little cunt, like. Clay's a total little cunt.
He is a whiny little bitch.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, Clay is the bearer of all the secrets. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, he's fucking Frodo Baggins already.
Yeah. That's 100% what he is. I'm done with the show. Like,
I watched it all. Honestly, the scene with Clay and the guy who got raped with the broom, that's a nice little scene. I was fucking crying like a little girl. I will admit that freely. Most of the rest of it, fuck you.
But also where I'm up to right now, they are trying so hard to tell me that Tyler is actually going to kill someone. They're trying so hard to tell me this that I'm already thinking, well, he ain't going to do it. Because he had the perfect chance in the last season to shoot up the entire fucking school, and he didn't take it because Clay's such a nice guy. Like, bollocks. And now you're trying to tell me, okay, he couldn't do it then, but he's going to do it now.
Well,
who killed Bryce? Just tell me, who killed Bryce?
It was well, the guy, the Chinese jock fella.
Yeah.
He beat fuck out of him.
Right.
And then Jessica and the one who tried to shoot himself but he hit himself in the head.
Yeah. Alex.
Aye. They go there just after he's left and find him all busting stuff. And then they the lad kind of sort of kills him, but not really, kind of sort of. It's more of an accident than anything.
Right. I'm not watching that fucking bullshit. The only way they maybe would have got me, they maybe would have kept me on board, is they build it all up that somebody kills Bryce and then he just commits suicide.
Or it's like Zombie, what's her name from the first one?
Oh,
different show.
I'd watch that. Fuck yeah.
Or fucking shared universe, get fucking Sabrina in there.
And why?
That's the wrong universe, isn't it?
Why is the British lass there? Like, what is the British lass?
Moved there.
So she's just like, oh, fuck you. Nah, I'm not watching it. Because that character is the most annoying character.
I didn't find her annoying.
I don't know how, because Jesus Christ. And she's so, like, for someone who's just come to the town, she wants to know everybody's dealings, right? So she's like that. But she's so fucking up herself. And she's only a maid. She's like, no, she's not even a maid. She's the maid's daughter.
Her mother's the maid, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to sit there like, nah, fuck you. I'm done with you. That was episode 1.
Well, she got her hold of Bryce.
Oh, interesting. That's alright. I'll watch that scene. Is it rapey or? No. So they give the rapist a nice lovemaking scene.
Oh yeah.
What a bunch of wankers. Yeah. Nah, I'm not watching it. What else are we watching?
Tender, if anything.
Was he a gentle lover?
I'm sure he was.
I'm sure he was with Hannah too.
Wow. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm not talking about it. Let's go in our top 5, will we?
Power.
I've not started watching it yet because I'll tell you for why. I've started watching the previous season from episode 1.
Catch up.
Aye. Shut the fuck up.
Catch up. That shit's going down.
Don't tell me anything.
All I'm going to say is, wow.
Shush.
All I'm doing is moving my eyes. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, don't tell me anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I couldn't remember shit about the last season.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone back to watch the last season first.
You're gonna love it. It's fucking incredible so far. 3 episodes in, all 3 episodes I would say have been the best 3 episodes of Power yet.
Damn.
Yeah, it just seems to be getting stronger and stronger. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. But yeah, that's Power. So yeah, let's go on to the top 5.
Yeah.
Because I had my rant about 13 Reasons Why.
You did a little bit.
And here's another 2 why. Because it's shit and they're shit.
Brilliant.
So yeah, let's go on to the top 5. Cheeky little promo and then we'll hit the top 5.
Hey, it's Brian.
And it's Tony.
From the Salty Language Podcast. We're a podcast with 2 friends that have, been around each other for like 70 years or something. And, we talk about kind of everything.
We're like a married couple that you hate.
Yeah, basically something like that. No, we talk about, just weird news, stuff that happens in our life, pop culture, really anything. It's, we just have a nice conversation and make up stuff along the way. So, yeah. And I guess, you can find us at saltylanguage.com.
For sure. And beer you'll be fine.
Well, also you can find us on dangerentertainment.net.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.net in case you missed it the first time.
So, what is the top 5?
So, in honour of It Chapter 2, and you know what, Fright Fest would have been a better one. In honour of Fright Fest and It Chapter 2. Why the fuck not?
Why would Fright Fest have been a better one?
Because Fright Fest has been a thing.
It was a thing.
Meh.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see any of it. So.
We should totally try and get down for one of those.
Well, we were invited, but you were half-deed.
I was.
And I was having a little fucking movie premiere of my own. So
that's who's on my top 5. Gary the Soldier.
Gary the Soldier. You would have to have a more badass
name than that. Ghosty.
Don't do that. Yeah, so fuck it. In honour of It Chapter 2, which I think is safe to say we're both going to see that, right?
Oh, I'm 100%. I really want to see it.
I thought it would be a little bit different to do as a top 5, our Avengers-y type top 5E list.
Yep.
It got away from me. Of our Avengers movie, horror movie villains.
Yeah.
So, I sent you this earlier on. So, our top 5 is going to comprise of a leader.
Yes.
A tech guy.
Yes.
Muscle Man.
Yes.
Or the Brawn.
The Rock.
Brains.
Oh, Brawn!
Has he been in a horror movie?
No.
I'll shut up then. The Brains.
Mm-hmm.
And a supernatural fella. Or lady.
Yep.
Yep. So.
Well, you want me to start?
On you go.
I'll let you pick a category apart from leader. You pick a category, and I will go there.
Right. Well, I am going to go with my. Fuck it. I'll go with my tech guy first.
Ooh, I like this one.
My tech guy is Jigsaw.
Yeah, I thought of that because he's pretty tech savvy. He's good at making traps and things. Aye, yeah, that's a good pick. I didn't go for that because I tried to go a little bit left field. So my tech guy is actually a girl.
Well, you see,
Jigsaw was a girl as well.
By guy, I never got that far in the franchise. By guy, I meant guy or girl.
All right, yeah. Well, I was trying to be all inclusive, so.
Well, so was I.
So 2019 of you. So yeah, my tech guy is a girl, and it is Samara from the Ring movies.
How is she techie?
Because she uses TVs to get to people and videos.
That is a leap.
Hey. And in the new ones, she uses phones to get to people.
Well, okay then. If she is fucking tech savvy enough to use an iPhone,
yes,
I will give you that.
She is tech savvy enough because she's dead and she's still able to use phones and shit. It's a leap. I know it's a stretch, but she uses technology to get to people, which I thought was a nice little twist on tech guy.
Okay.
You didn't say they had to be good at using tech. They just
have to use tech.
She can be in the tech.
That's fine. That's fine. I just thought like someone that I could see going.
She can do that.
Keyboard.
She can do that.
I bet she would go.
Tell me that's not creepy. She'd be like,
it would be creepy.
Get off the keyboard, and then she'd start coming out with the screen at you using tech.
Brilliant. Okay, on you go.
I'll be honest with you. I'm quite pleased with myself on that one because I feel like clever on that one. To be fair,
clever on that one.
I do. I know you don't think I'm clever, but that one, I was like, tech guy, Samara from the Ring. Thank you. So, Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
There was only really one choice for me here. I went with the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Who do you remember when you first watched Jeepers Creepers?
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, this is what I'm on
about.
about.
It scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
There's like 4 now, isn't there?
Yeah. I loved Jeepers Creepers. I went to the cinema to see the first one, fucking way back when, and I was totally in love with that movie. And then I realized it was a demon, and I was like, "Holy fucking balls! You had this amazing killer, and now you've just turned it into like a demon. Why the fuck have you done that?" But once you embrace it, that movie's a cracking movie. Plus, you've got that amazing theme song. Jeepers, Creepers. Where'd you get them peepers? So yeah, the creeper from Jeepers Creepers is my my supernatural.
Okay. I went with Pinhead.
Nice. Another good pick. I like the. I've only really seen them once or twice. The Hellraisers.
I had a box set of them because I'll tell you for why.
Was it the Pandora one? It came in like the Pandora's box from the movie.
I can't mind. Maybe.
I always wanted it just for that.
I don't remember which. It might have been more than one, but they had Jadzia Dax from
And you do like her.
Deep Space Nine in it.
Yeah, you do like her.
Anyway, yeah, Pinhead.
And he's a supernatural.
He's my supernatural.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna go brains.
Ooh.
My brains fella is John Doe from Seven.
Motherfucker, that's who I've gone for. Aye.
There you go.
It was a little bit outside the box, but yeah, he's a brainy motherfucker. I don't really know if I would class Seven as a horror, but it's definitely like a thriller kind of.
I would say it's a horror movie.
And he's a brainy motherfucker.
I would class that as a horror movie.
It is definitely, if Fincher was to make a horror movie, that would be it. Like, and it is a Fincher movie, but
It's
like,
got horror aspects in it. I would say that. Would
oh yeah,
as a horror.
I chose him as well, so I'm
Certainly a
100%.
horror villain.
I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
So I chose him as well, but yeah, I do love a bit of John Doe, and it's Spacey. You can't have a villain list without Spacey.
Who is
a villain? Is everyone's favourite villain?
Well, is he back? Is he going to be back? Do you reckon?
I hope so.
The whole thing's been thrown out.
Is it ever really thrown out though?
Well, it wasn't from Michael Jackson, was it? So
yeah, it's because that was true.
How the fuck do you know that?
So
because someone made a documentary.
Has the Netflix?
No one ever fucking lies on a documentary making a murderer. What?
It's a great documentary though. Yeah, I was looking at my anus all day. I'll never look at Peter Pan the same again.
Fucking put Pornhub on half an hour before the fucking guys got there and was like, oh yeah, he rimmed me.
Sweet. Rimmed. So yeah, I went John Doe as well. There's not many brainier than John Doe.
That was one of the ones where
quite an easy pick.
That's really the only one I can think of for that. Same with my leader.
Nah.
My leader was always going to be my
well,
leader.
I'm saving my leader because I don't have one yet.
I see.
I just had a thought a minute ago, completely gone.
So I'm guessing you're going to go muscle next then.
I always go muscle.
You teased.
I applied for a job at Morrison's Fish Counter. Oh. They said I didn't have the muscles. Oh, that was in Brassic. That was a Brassic joke.
Yeah, no, it was.
Okay, right. So
make it funny though.
So my muscle, right, is an interesting one. I've gone for Chucky.
Chucky's your muscle.
Chucky is my muscle. Have you actually watched those movies? Chucky, for a little 3-foot fella, is pretty fucking strong.
I have only ever seen the first Child's Play movie.
Yeah.
Because I watched it when I was a kid, and it scared the fuck out of me.
Well, also,
so I never watched.
He's quite
I've never
scary.
Watched
He's a handy fella to have around. He's like a 3-foot doll that is able to put a knife straight through someone's head. That's some pretty big muscles. He's pretty strong, and he has like voodoo magic coursing through his veins. So he's a pretty strong lad. Like, question for you: what would you rather face? A Chucky-sized Jason or a Jason-sized Chucky?
Chucky-sized Jason?
Yeah. Still be Jason though, wouldn't it?
Well, you could put like a little pot over him or something.
I don't think you can though.
No.
No. I definitely wouldn't want to fight a Jason-sized Chucky. Fuck that shit.
No.
But yeah, Chucky is my muscle.
Thank you very much for those fucking nightmares.
Who's your muscle?
Michael Myers.
Yeah, standard. Pretty standard. Yeah, I like a bit of Michael Myers.
Are you going to watch the new Halloween?
Was it Halloween Kills?
Halloween. Is it Halloween Kills?
I'm sure one of them's Halloween, because there's two now, isn't there? So it's like Halloween Kills and...
I thought it was Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends is one. Yeah, there's two. They're
so
gonna,
there's two movies now.
they're going to be making two like back to back. I mean, we could ask Dave Hastings; he'll know. But I'm sure they're making two back to back. Ooh.
That was what was going to be in the news, and I completely forgot about it. We're getting a Jurassic World short film this weekend.
I just read that. Yeah, yeah.
Tangent.
I don't know what to think of that.
I'll watch it. Of course I will. Can't be worse than fucking whatever the name of the bloody last movie was.
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Mimi.
Fallen World.
Fallen Arsehole.
Mine fell out. So yeah, Michael. Who's your leader?
It's Michael Myers.
Oh yeah.
You know, he likes a good stabbing. He's pretty much immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on which movie you watch. Aye.
Yeah.
My leader is Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Yeah.
No one's gonna fuck with him because they'll get eaten.
I did think about him, but much like you were saying with your leader always being chosen, I always kind of had my leader. And it's the one obvious choice that I think I went for, although it turns out John Doe's quite obvious. My leader was Freddy Krueger.
That was your leader?
Yeah. I think your leader needs to be charismatic. He needs to be somebody who can get the band together. And I think Freddy's that kind of guy. Like, he's quite a jovial fella. You know, he leads the way from the front, and he stalks your dreams. And in Freddy versus Jason,
See, again, I only ever saw the first one of those.
Yeah,
it scared fuck out of me, and I was like, I'm not going to watch that.
I've seen them all.
I watched the Freddy versus Jason.
Loved it.
That had. What's the name from Destiny Child?
Kelly Rowland.
That's the one. Yeah.
I love that scene where Jason and Freddy are about to throw down, and she comes running out of the woods, and she shouts something at Freddy, and Freddy just turns around and looks Kelly Rowland dead in the eye and goes, "How sweet, dark meat." You couldn't do that in 2019.
You could not.
There's a lot of shit in that movie you could not do in 2019.
I get what you mean about Freddy. Yeah.
He's just a charismatic guy. Like,
and plus, I think like the leader needs to be able to fuck you up.
Yeah.
If you get out of line.
And look what he did to Jason in Freddy vs. Jason when he brings him into the dream world and just starts fucking with him.
That's why I went with Hannibal Lecter, because
Lecter's a good pick.
Like, you'll be all polite in that, and then if you fuck him over,
you'll eat the liver.
Okay, you do it better.
Of course I do. It's me.
Shut up.
Yeah, I kind of just thought like Freddy's definitely like my George Clooney. He could go and round up the troops, get them all together to go and do a heist. And that heist would involve killing people. But he's a leader.
I'll give you that.
So is Lecter, though. Lecter's a really good pick. Psychological war games and stuff. Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen, Lecter, or...
Hopkins.
It's got to be Hopkins, isn't it?
Or you could go Brian Cox.
No.
He was a good Lecter.
No, he wasn't as good as Anthony Hopkins.
He wasn't as good as Anthony Hopkins, but he was a good Lecter.
So that's a top 5.
What are you thinking of Mindhunter? Like, are you enjoying it?
I finished it.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
I don't think I finished the first season.
Yeah, the second season is better.
Yeah? Because of Manson.
Well, mostly because of the fucking annoying girlfriend, isn't it? Who's a fucking nutcase in that, and she's not in it anymore.
It's the same guy as well from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that plays Manson.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Right.
Obviously, he's playing like an older version of him in Mindhunter.
He's locked up.
Right.
But they've got more support in season 2. But the spotlight is on them more. So like everything that they're doing is being fucking examined in that. But they speak to him. They speak to Son of Sam.
Oh,
which is creepy as balls. That bit is fucking creepy. Yeah, really fucking good. It's got a season 3, I think.
I might have to go actually watch the first one again. Actually get through the end of it.
I want a season 2 of...
Do I have to have seen season 1 to watch season 2?
Yes. Anna Torv is good, but she's not given enough to do.
Who's that?
She's in Mindhunter. She was the star of Fringe.
Oh.
Ken.
You know what I have been watching? I've fully caught up on Lucifer.
Really?
Yeah. 100% not my type of show. Turns out, my kind of show. I really enjoyed it.
I hear a lot of people raving about that show.
It's good.
I watched maybe half season 1 and I thought, oh, you smarmy prick.
You know, yeah. Funnily enough, I was just about to say, he's the good thing about the show. The show around him's cheese. It's villain of the week, fucking stupid American TV cop
How
drama.
do you have villain of the week when your main character is the
devil? Because he's not bad. He's just misunderstood, isn't he?
All right.
But yeah, like he is fantastic, and he just embraces the role, and he's like, you know what, I'm playing the devil, so I'm going to be smooth, suave, bit obnoxious. You're not really going to like me very much, but I don't care because that's me, and that's the way he plays it, and he plays it brilliantly. Everyone else in the show is good, but the show around him is just a bit weak sauce at times. But
when I was watching there was like a copper that he was helping out.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Well, that's what it is. He's like he's a liaison to the NYPD,
Right.
LAPD. Which when at first I was like, okay, so the devil works for the LAPD. I'll pass. And then I watched it, and I watched the first episode. I'm like, it was all right, but it's not for me. And then I think it was when I wasn't well, and I ended up watching like 3 or 4 episodes on the bounce. And by the end of that 4th episode, I was like, you know what, this is cheese, but it's just fucking great cheese. It's like a nice brie.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I might, you know what? People have been on about it. I might give it a go again.
It's mostly him. He makes it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is pretty shit in it, to be fair. Thingy's in it. Batista's sister from Dexter. She's in it. Remember, she ended up being Dexter's babysitter for Harrison, the young Mexican lass.
No.
She's in it. She's good.
Okay.
She's very good. And then Tom Welland comes into it. Superman from Smallville.
Tom Welland's in it?
Yeah. He's season 3. He comes into season 3. He's really good. Who else comes into it? There's actually some quite good characters that you just sort of like, eh. I was quite impressed. I finished it now. The new series comes out soon. But if you can get past the fact that it is the ultimate cheesy sort of, it's like CSI but pure cheese, like NYPD Blue but none of the Jimmy Smiths, just pure cheese.
All right.
Yeah.
I might get drunk and then watch it.
Do it.
Done.
And then you'll love him. You'll just think he's great. But yeah, total tangent there. Sorry. Tried to finish the episode like 10 minutes ago and I just kept you going. I'm like that in bed as well. Right,
know.
so we're going to call it a day there?
Yeah.
It's good to be back, man.
That's been the new episode. Completely AIDS-free, more or less. So we will be back in not 6 months' time.
Nah, not at all. We'll be back soon. We'll probably just come back tomorrow night and do another one.
Well, that's not go nuts.
Fuck you then.
No, we will be back. We will be back in 2 weeks or more.
We'll go for that.
Yeah.
Or more. We'll go for that. It's good to be back, though. It's nice to actually sit down and fucking talk movies and chat entertainment shit and just fucking get shit off my chest, because Lindsay doesn't like it when I rant about TV shows. She just sits there and goes, dude, I'm trying to watch it.
But you just go and do a fucking podcast already.
It's just like you're literally ranting while we're watching it.
Or, I really don't give a fuck, Kev.
Fuck off to work, you prick. I've had that a few times. So yeah, I'll let you wind out and then we'll go.
That's been the episode, and we will be back very damn soon. The regular schmegular is back. Indie Talk is coming back.
Yeah,
you know it.
We've got a bit of a back
We've got a backlog. We've got some awesome ones coming up. We're just getting our mojo back.
I won't lie, I've stopped replying to emails.
Don't worry. I do that anyway.
Been a lot of people getting blue ticked.
Bastard.